All right, we should be live. Let me double check. All right, we are live.
All right.
What's up, everybody? We are here with Ape Nation, and we have Showtime doxing himself for the first time. So let's go. And we're also here with J Rod, and of course, I Clean Up. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So I guess we'll just start off with how do you guys feel about this crypto market right now?
Oof.
I actually I don't mind it. I mean, I was able to get in super early, and I'm just one of those guys that's not buying or selling. I'm just kind of holding and hoping for retirement. And so for me, I mean, I'm still up, but I don't look at it that way. I mean, if you don't sell, you're not losing
Don't
anything.
lose.
So, just my advice. I mean, this is just kind of try to hang on if you can, and if it's something that you could afford to do, because you shouldn't be spending money you don't have. But yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, man, I'd agree. A lot of people newer to the space, it's important to know, if you don't lose until you sell, and this is cyclical. It's happened before. This isn't anything new. So just hold on tight. That's what I would say. Hold on tight and let it regroup, and it'll come back up. So just if you're newer in the space, hold on tight. That's all I would say.
And if you're newer in the space, maybe it's time to get in too.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, I
that's
mean,
a very good point.
it's where you can make the most sometimes, in the Bears. So
What do you got? I Clean Up.
you're on mute.
Hold on, so I'm muted. So no, I think now would be kind of a decent time to get in, to be quite honest with you. Think about all the people that bought at $2, bought at $1.50. They haven't seen these. And so they're looking at like, yeah, I'm getting my butt handed to me. But like if you were to dollar cost average it right now, like it would even out some of that $1.50 and shrink it down to where your losses kind of mitigated at that point. For me, it's like I don't know. I just always look at it like whatever. Uh, one card, one ADA is one ADA to me. So
Absolutely.
it's kind of like it's all about where we're at. Like I said, like 5-10 years from now, whatever it is, and going from there. I mean, I'm not scared about it. Like I know that I'm going to be here long term. So these ups and downs aren't. It's like whatever. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I did get a bit overzealous when I saw that the Vasil hard fork was coming up, and I even made a video about it comparing like all the last time the upgrades came out and how they always went up, and then the upgrade would come out and it would drop. And I was like, you should just probably buy in now or super low, go a little heavy, and that way, when we bounce, you can just sell out, and then we'll get there, we'll ride the dip lower, and then you can buy more. And yeah, what a fool I look like now.
I mean, nobody really knows, man. You never know.
Yeah, it was just like I prefaced it with worst case scenario. You can just hold because these are lows and doesn't have a whole lot lower to go. But still, we're down like 20% from when I said that or something like that. So, not very good, but it is what it is.
But the last time I looked at it, it was like 17% Ethereum, 20% all these other coins, and Cardano was 8%. So to me, it's showing there's a lot more people holding Cardano than anything else.
That's
Yeah.
very true. It's held well. It's held well. There's been a lot of drastic falls. So you're 100% correct. It's done pretty good.
Yeah. That's the saving grace right now. And maybe that does have to do with the hard fork. Maybe we see the hard fork come and go and then it starts to fail, or maybe not. Maybe it's just holding up because, Cardano was down a lot more than Bitcoin and Ethereum to start. So maybe that's why it's not doing so bad right now. But let's jump into some questions about the project. So you guys are coming up with your mutations soon. Do you want to talk about the mutations, or do you want to talk with just like a brief overview? Maybe somebody here is new and doesn't know about Ape Nation.
The jungle juice.
I'm
Like
gonna take a short time. We gotta
You
give
want
a
me
little breakdown from I guess the beginning.
Yeah, I could start. I mean, we took over the project in early March, and it was considered to be a rug. I wouldn't call it that, because we did get the keys and everything, from the devs, and we had one guy that was a moderator on the team still from the beginning, and I came on later as a moderator, and Mr. B was a Discord manager, and it was us, basically, tweeting and going on Discord all the time and pumping. And I don't think they really knew, how to run a project. It was their first project, and they didn't know the ins and outs. They didn't know, they just knew art, and they thought it would be easy to, once they threw it out there, to keep up with it, and they couldn't, because they're getting hundreds of messages a day. A 2-man founder team, it's just too much to handle. We have 8 guys on the team now, and it's a lot to handle. So we could just imagine, what it was, from the beginning. We were lucky enough to get everything. I wasn't expecting that. I was pushing because, I was a big holder. I know J-Rod was a big holder, and we really believed in the art, and we believed in this project. So at the end of the day, we pushed like we could, and we got it. And right now we airdropped vials to everybody. We were going to charge ADA to cover the fees, and we decided, we made enough on the royalties that we could cover it, and it was a lot. It was a pretty penny to ship out 10,000 vials. We didn't really think about what the cost would be, but it was deserved. It's a community project, so we want to give back to the community, and we did think that it's just something good, make everybody happy, and try to get everybody back into this thing, and it worked. We're still behind the project 100%. And these vials you're showing here, those green ones are the V3 mega vials. There's only 38 of those. And believe it or not, they're selling at that price. I think we sold, J-Rod, about 10 of those already.
I think we're somewhere on the neighborhood of 6 or 7 that have sold. Okay. I think 7.
And they're selling at that price because those are going to be, the ultra rare mutation. You don't need an ape with those. You just send in the vial, and you're going to get a one of one, pretty much a one of a kind ape. So those 38 are going to probably be all ranked number 1, or they're going to be ranked 1 to 38, however we decide to do it. But there won't be another one like them. So that's why those ones are so rare. Then the purple ones you see, those are the V2s. And that's a little high for a V2 right now. But, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. Those will be pretty freaking cool too, because we went through what would you say, J-Rod, about in the past couple of days 140 150 different traits.
Before we jumped on, I was telling them that
one by one
we had a meeting today. Lasted, and that's actually the second meeting we've had over the weekend and today, going over art for Mutation Nation. It's about 150 traits, one by one. All of them are done. We're just trying to make it better, man. We don't settle.
No, and that's the thing. We don't settle. We sent out these vials, and the big thing with these vials is if you took the floor price of all these vials, and you from the 10,000 and you put them all together on an average, we gave back 1.4 million ADA to the community just by giving these vials away if they were all sold today.
So that's a big number.
Yeah, that's a big number for a project, that like ours that are just trying to get back on our feet, and we have very nicely. And like I said, we're not scared to give back to the community. We have giveaways in our Discord. I know I'm a member, and J-Rod are a member of probably hundreds of different projects, and we don't really even go to them much anymore. Certain ones here or there, we're just kind of in here, and we've never seen anything like an Ape Nation Discord. We're not just saying that because, it's our Discord. That's why we were in this Discord. It's just popping, and we give away a lot of stuff. And I'm actually going to give away one of my apes and a V1 vial today. after this video. So we'll kick it off like that. Anything you want to add, J-Rod, to the project? No, there's a lot.
I'll rewind it a little bit. So when we took over with approximately a little bit under 4K ADA. There were 3,000 and whatnot. That's what was left in the wallet. That was back in March. So, we've come a long way. The airdrop alone to get the vials, I mean, not the art, just the airdrop itself, it was a little bit under 15K ADA. So do the numbers. We started off with a little bit under 4K, been busting our ass for a couple months. I mean, hours on end. But like Showtime said, this is the community that stuck with the project, stuck with us, welcomed us as community members to take over the project. There was only one way to go, and that was to do that airdrop that realistically this great community deserves, man. The great nation, Ape Nation Army.
So when you guys took over, first and foremost, like, what was that conversation like? So the devs were probably like, hey, this is more than we expected. Like, were they honest about it, or what exactly happened? If you want to divulge that sort of information.
Yeah,
cool.
So
a lot of people.
Yeah, so Scram was the one that talked to them, and Mr. B. Those were the two that were on top, and then they brought me on. So I don't know that conversation exactly, but I know that we were pumping them to get this, and we kept sending messages to get everything, and then we would change the passwords over. We would open up different wallets. We would submit those to JPEG. So we were just trying to make sure that nothing could be taken from us, because we couldn't afford another mistake. And that's what I call it. I don't call it a rug pull. I call it a mistake. In this industry, I think it's 2 strikes and you're out. Most of the time it's 1 strike. We just got the benefit of the doubt. So I don't know the exact conversation, but I do know that, we were able to secure everything, and the community's happy with us. And for the most part, people come into this project knowing that we're in there, and that makes us feel really good.
Yeah, I wanted to ask too, when you took it over, how quick was the reaction from, I guess, negative to a positive outlook?
It was pretty quick. Yeah, it was quick, man. I mean, I know in the first week we had that floor, it went down to 7. And that was, I can't blame people. I mean, I'm not going to ever sell for a loss. That's just the way I am. I'd rather give them away in a giveaway than sell them, for a loss. I mean, I could sell 100 of them and only get 700 ADA. So to me, I mean, my investment is worth more than that. But yeah, we just, did what we had to do. And it was a fast turnaround. We went from 7 ADA to like 150 in a couple months. I think it was like 7 to 70 in a couple weeks, and we couldn't believe it. It was really quick. People were taking them off the market immediately. They were sweeping the floor, and it felt good. I mean, right now I think we're down to like 80 floor or something. But all the projects are down, so that's the least of my worries. I know it's gradually coming up. I see the holders, the owners, 2,000. That's pretty balanced. When you're in a 10,000, project, you look to be in that 2,500 range, 4 to 1. And that's a healthy project. So we're not far from there. I study these numbers, and I've been in this since almost the beginning. Actually, one of my first ones was ADA Jam. Fettuccine was in there. I met him. That was, over a year ago. So that's how I met Fettuccine, and I talked to him, and he came on. He talked to the guys, and he wanted part of this project. He said that what we've done what was amazing, and he came into our Discord and he's seen the fireworks happening, and he said that's something that I want to be part of. So he came on. We didn't beg him. He asked us, and the rest is history with that. We brought his fans on along with us. So I think that really helped too.
Yeah, and if I
So
can throw something in there real quick, I'm sorry. Yeah, the teams worked hard. While we were still getting the keys and everything, we were already working in the background, planning. Like Showtime said, it was Scram, Mr. B, Showtime. Then they brought in Jem Dem, Wolf, myself, KC8. But we were already grinding in the background, kind of with a game plan, so that if it did come to fruition, we would be ready to go. But regardless of the work that we put in, the reason we're here now and we're here today and this project has been successful is one there's one main thing, and that's the community, man. This community has just been incredible. And I'm sorry for cutting you guys off. I just really wanted to throw that in there because that's the number one reason on top of it all.
No, you're good. I'm gonna actually let cleanup go though.
yeah, you're fine. Nothing I ever say is to me good anyway. So like, feel free to cut me off at any time. Dude, with Ada Jam, right? It seemed like it took them forever to come out. Like I was waiting. I was like, yes.
I know.
I was like, oh man. And they kept teasing it, and then it came out. It's pretty cool. I still hold some because I was in there as well. And I really look forward to that. I feel like it's just something I'm gonna have for life. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a big holder there, and I reach out every so often, just to try to pump it a little bit. Um, Fettuccine is a big name in this space. Back then he wasn't, and now he's a big name. So maybe it's something that we could kickstart. I know he's super busy, but and we're busy too here. But it would be cool to maybe jumpstart that project later on down the road. Because they were having the video game and everything. I mean, I'm a big NBA Jam guy. You can see my arcade in the back there. So I play NBA Jam still. Yeah, that's something that would be pretty cool if we could try to do something like that.
So with you guys, kind of taking over the project and kind of spearheading it, what did you kind of already have sort of a business background, or how did that work? How easy was the transition from what you do necessarily in real life to what you do on like the blockchain, let's say?
Well, me personally, I've been self-employed for the last, I don't know, 18 years. I'm a real estate broker and mortgage broker in South Florida. So I've been working for myself, man, for many years. So, and like I always tell the team, I really don't know what I do here. I just know I do a little bit of everything and I put in 100%. Like I don't think I have a specific skill per se. I just have, in my opinion, heart, dedication, and and whatever needs to be done, I give it my all. And that's the background I bring. I mean, out of the box ideas, and business like mentality. Like I said, 18 years, you learn a lot whether you want to or not.
Yeah, J Rod always gives us great feedback on anything. He'll come in and he'll give his comments, and you're like, oh man, I didn't think of it that way. So I know I say this a lot. I was in a few other interviews, and I'm one of those guys that I feel that I might be the smartest guy walking into the room. I feel that because I know my background, I know all that. And with this team, I'm not the smartest guy, so that says a lot to me. Like there's guys that are outthinking me, and it's like it's a challenge now. It's almost like a challenge to figure where we could take this. I've been in this space about a year. A little over a year. So I have a background in the CNFT space and the marketing. I have my own websites that I've marketed in the past. So I'm familiar with marketing, and Wolf is another one that's familiar with marketing. And him and I together, we're able to market this pretty good to get the name out there. And there's a lot of other guys too that are on this team that just keep grinding. And we go from, man, I think it's like 20 years old to 46 years old. So we have a wide range, and that's huge because you'll have the younger guys come in and say, no, this is the thing that's in, this is the thing here. And some of us older guys are like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. So, we're not only just getting, the younger crowd into this, we're getting, the older crowd, and we're trying to implement that together to make it bigger.
I'm one of the young ones, by the way.
Yeah, he's the youngest guy on the team.
Hey, so as an old guy myself, okay, I'm 38. Where do you guys feel comfortable saying age or no?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm 42, man. I got
Okay,
42 years of
okay,
experience.
young, yeah,
I'm 42. Me and him are the
excellent.
same.
That's
Yeah, man.
awesome.
Yeah, and I'm
There's-
45, so
we only
Nick's
got one older guy than us on the team. We won't throw him under the bus, though.
yeah, okay. Yeah, no, Nick, you can still smell the Infamil on his breath. It says age 80. Baby ass.
so what do you guys have next coming up that you're maybe excited about? I don't know if you can share anything at this moment, but is there anything that you're super hyped about, or is like the next big thing on your mind just the mutations?
Well, I mean, obviously, what's on our mind right now and what's consuming, I want to say 85% of our time, and that's because you got to dedicate time to other things, obviously, is Mutation Nation, you know? We've been putting in mad hours, a lot of work. Like I said, we had, well, it was like 3 hour meeting today. We had meetings over the weekend. We've been putting in mad time because that's the next thing up. But, you know, if you take a look at a roadmap, we're already working on a lot of things that aren't even on the roadmap. You know, we're looking into 2023 and beyond. You know, there's so many projects that come into the space that they're like, oh, let's create a collection, you know, and they don't realize that this isn't 3 months, 6 months, make a penny and move. No, this if you really want to do it right, and that's what we're here for, is you're talking about 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and beyond. If you really want to do it right, I mean, we don't take it lightly. We're you know, people have entrusted us with their hard-earned money, hard-earned crypto, and we don't take that lightly. It's important to keep on bringing out utility, keep working on that roadmap, keep pumping it, and you know, floor price is floor price. We don't really look into that because it's going to go down, it's going to go up. But at the end of the day, if we can keep up with what we promise and keep bringing more value, we're here for the long run. I don't know if I went off topic there, but
No, you're good. You're good. So when dealing with mutations, this is something that really intrigues me. Like it's something that always sparks my interest, right? To see where projects go with this. And so with the mutations, I don't know how much info you want to give up, but like, let's say I have like a level 2, right? And let's take your ape behind you, for instance, with the eye
that's a
patch.
moon boy, by the way.
Right. If you get a moon boy, right, but he's got an eye patch, will every single level 2 with an eye patch have that trait? You know what I
Showtime, you
mean?
want to take it or you want me to?
You could take it.
All right, so basically, let me rewind a little bit. So obviously, the OG collection is 9,999. We have our V1s, Jungle Juice, which is, you know, the let me pull it up here and I'll give you the exact wording that we've used on it. It's what you call our common vial. There's 6,992 of those. We have our V2, which is our rare. There's 2,969 of those. So when it comes to V1 and V2, you will get sort of like a 1-for-1 trait upgrade or mutation, for those traits. Some will remain, for instance, an eye patch might remain an eye patch. Halo like mine will remain a halo. So most traits will be mutated as a V1, V2, but there are some traits that will change. For instance, and I'll let Showtime talk about the banana.
So we felt that, you know, the banana in the mouth wasn't a very popular trait. So we're going to mutate that to something else. So that's what, you know, we were mentioning that in a few times in Twitter space and different things like that. And people were starting to buy these. So now we don't have it exactly what it's going to be, but it has to be something good now. So we have some ideas.
It's top secret.
Yeah, it's top secret stuff. But yeah, I think his question, I think he was saying if the ape behind you with an eye patch and I have an ape with the same eye patch, would it mutate the same? Yes, the traits are going to mutate the same. So you're not going to get a random trait. So at this point, you know, if you mint something that you like, you could go on JPEG and go snag another one and send it in, and you'll get that same trait back. So it's not a random. So this mint is going to be a little more difficult to put together. But at the same time, we have Fettuccine's minting team, and they're one of the best. So we have no worries. We were on a call with them, last Friday, I think, or the Friday before. Good call. And they could do everything that we asked. So we're not worried about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a unique mint. So, one of the big things about it, that at least one of my favorite things about this Mutation Nation is, let's take, for instance, the ape I have there, the Moon Boy. I can have a set of 3. Literally. So I can have my OG ape, my V1 mutated ape based off my OG, and then my V2 based off of my OG. So, like sometimes there's different collections where things are similar and you got to go out going crazy. You got to find the owner, and you want to kind of get the set. So with here you're going to have the opportunity, as long as you get the OG8 that you love and you have a V1, V2, obviously the V2 is limited. There you go. You're going to have a set of 3, which is going to have, I don't know how much I can say, but is going to have a good amount of additional utility to come.
Right. So with those V2s, was there 2,900 or whatever?
2,969.
Right. So that's as many sets of 3 there could possibly be. And we all know that not every single one of those is going to be a set of 3. So my guesstimate is probably 1,500, something like that. So we could do something special for the sets of 3 holders.
So what about if people don't use them? Will there be a use case for these later? Anything like that?
The vials?
Yes.
Well, the mint, we haven't finalized it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Showtime, but the mint's going to remain open. We don't have an end date in sight, but basically, it's either use it or keep it. But as of now, we haven't put any thought into it not being used and what would happen with that.
But what can happen though is if you're holding on to one of them, the value could go up, because as these are getting minted out, there's less and less and less of them. And if people want to get into this project, maybe that's, something I'm going to mint all mine, but I know some people have that strategy too. And it's not going to be open forever. So, there will be that time where we come up to, say there's, 500 left or whatever. Maybe we'll say something like, hey, you won't need a vial for these next 500, but it'll be exclusive to these holders, or, something like along those lines. But we haven't even got that far yet. We expect most of these things to get minted. There's going to be people that forget them. They forget their wallet address. They don't go on the Discord for months. It happens with every project, but there'll be a solution for that.
Gotcha. Cleanup, you want to go?
Oh no. So these, it's going to have an open mint, right? And so, but there's no like timetable. Like you have to have it in by like the 1-year anniversary or something like that. People can hold on to the vials forever, and then a year down the line, just be like, hey, I want to kind of trade it in right now. Could they?
Well, like Showtime said, it's. I said it's going to be open. Like we don't have an endpoint in sight right now or determined.
Yeah.
Okay. However, like you said, once we get to that point, we really haven't decided that yet. But once we get closer to it, we'll have a plan.
So I think it's not a burn mechanism, so you're growing the population of the actual project. Is that correct?
Well, the vials will be burned.
The vials,
and then Mutation Nation is yes, it's done by Nation, but it's a completely separate product.
Yeah, it has a separate policy ID number, so it won't interfere with the value of the OGs
or the ranks.
Right, or the rankings. And then also with those, that mint is, the first 24 hours is the off-white list. So if you have a ape on CNFT.tools, that's ranked 1 to 1,000, you'll be able to mint 48 hours before the general mint, and it'll be at a discounted price. And then the next level, 24 hours before mint, there'll be another window there for the Jungle Club, and those guys are, what is it, the whitelist, and that'll be a discounted price. It won't be as discounted as the first one, but it'll be discounted from the general. So there'll be 3 mint prices, and then after that 24-hour mint, so that's when, you know, a lot of the people are going to mint because they're going to get a discount. Like we have some holders, and that's the top 5,000. So if you have a top 5,000 ape and you got 50 of them, I mean, you're going to save some ADA minting all of these. So that's when you're going to want to mint them, you know, because if you don't mint them and you have that, it's too late, you know, and it's already into the general mint, and then that'll be the final mint.
Yeah, so to reiterate, the off-white list, which is the Canopy Club, 1 through 1,000 rank. Then you have the Jungle Club, which is the white list, 1,001 through 5K, and then the general, which is 5,001 through 9,999.
I noticed
also,
that you.
We were talking royalties on you know, coming up in Q3. Right now we're doing royalties for the top 1,000, but it's more like a raffle. All 1,000 of the holders go on a wheel, and J-Rod runs these very well, these raffles, and they spin it and they win hundreds of ADA. But we're hoping, you know, to be along. There's no reason why we can't be along that, you know, Chill Kong floor. I mean, I like our art just as much as theirs, and I like our community just as much as theirs, and I'm a member over there. But if you're talking, you got a floor at that price, now you're talking royalties, you know. So we're looking for long term. Right now it's pennies, but you know, as the project goes up and as ADA goes up, you don't know. In 5 years, this project's around, and ADA's $10, and you know, they're 2,400 or something like that floor. I mean, maybe not even that long down the line. You know, it's something that is definitely a long-term hold.
Yeah. So if you share my screen, you'll get a glimpse of that wheel.
There's the wheel. Yep.
So that's the wheel, and that's how we have rank 1 through 1,000 in there, and that's how we pretty much do the raffle for the royalties.
It's pretty wild just being excited that your name pops up there. It's pretty cool. I mean, we do that with a lot of our raffles now. We have raffles.
That's me.
Yeah.
716. All right, we got it.
And then could you also show on there the sneak peek, J-Rod?
Yeah. Let me
We gave a sneak peek today, and we were just going to give 1 trait, but we gave 3 stacked up. So there's something there that's going to be 3 of the traits that we're going to be using out of the 150. So we gave 3 out. We were going to give 1 out. The hat, that hat is obviously that ape hat. And then we
won't tell you exactly if they're V1s, V2s, or what they are, but they are mixed traits. You know, right. It's just a sneak peek. And again, I want to be clear. I mean, it's subject to change. The team's working on. I mean, if you think this is fire, I mean, everybody has their opinion, right? But we're working on improving everything. We want to make it even better.
You said there's going to be like a face on there, though.
Yeah, there'll be eyes, a mouth, a nose. But you know, we can give everybody everything already. Right. You know, we had to tease them.
This is just 3 traits, right? That's just the head, but that's not the face.
Correct.
So are the V1 assets like different? Like, would it be a different hat if this was a V1 as opposed to a V2?
Yes.
Yes, the V1 and V2 will be a different hat.
And we're going along the lines of the V2 obviously being the V1 is awesome, but the V2 is going to be should be out of this world. That's what we're going for, and that's what's taking a little bit longer to get this mint rolling. We have all the traits. We're tweaking them now.
I find it kind of interesting. It's like you have to develop these 3 different styles, and you want to give out your best every time because that's art, but you actually have to dial it back a little bit if you want to create rarities and certain appeals, which I find just kind of fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and we can't give out the ones that we love the best either, So I love these ones. Don't get me wrong, but there's other ones that we all love even more. So it's like we're trying to get them all to where we've got that wow factor, and it could take a while to go through these, but as long as we keep getting on these calls and knocking them out, and the artist comes back the same day usually, we're doing pretty well.
So I had a feeling about which one that I wanted, because generally when people come on, I buy an NFT live, and I had a feeling about one that I really wanted, and I think that hat, if I can make it, don't raise the price, guys, on the level 2s, okay, just yet. But so I'm looking for a level 2, but the ape that I'm looking for is 5811. The red fur stands out to me,
man.
along with the pipe, and it has the ape hat that I think I need in order to possibly get that. So I think I'm going to pull the trigger on that one. 58.
I was actually going to buy that one today.
Yeah, well,
I'll let the cat out of the bag, man. You're looking at Showtime's favorite fur right there, man.
right.
Red fur, man.
It just pops out. I feel like with the color, it pops out really well. So that one's already off the market. So forget about it.
I wanted to troll you and take it.
And sleep on it. So yeah, and next is a level 2. So we'll see. Hopefully, the hat's pretty righteous. But yeah.
Just watch out for it like that. Every once in a while, somebody lists one of those red ones cheap, and you could snipe it.
Yeah.
Trying to find the robot fur that we gave the sneak peek of for you guys.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. So, Cleanup, are you trying to get a V1 and a V2? Might as well, right?
I think so. Yeah, I might as well get a V1, V2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna get a V2, I mean, a V1 is pennies,
In the search there, type in V2 and it'll take you to the cheapest one.
I think it's 95.
Wow,
it's gone. Consider it gone.
Yeah, there's a decent amount at 95, 96.
Yeah. We'll get this little V1 first, just for fun.
Did you find that one, J-Rod?
I'm gonna get it for you now. Give me a second.
Sorry, this is the boring part. My bad. Where I'm purchasing things.
Boring? Nah, that's exciting, man. Raise that floor, baby.
So yeah, do you guys have a favorite OG trait? Like
favorite
yourself?
OG trait?
Yeah,
I do. If you share my screen, there you'll see the robot fur there.
Oh wow!
So these are two different robots. We're not sure we're going to use both, but if we were, one would be a V1 and one would be a V2. You could probably figure out which one's which. But that's kind of how we're going. And each trait has 2 of these, because they're not all going to be minted. Because if you think about it, there's 20,000 different combinations, but only 19,998 different combinations with the V1 and V2, because you could mutate each ape twice, but there's only 9,999 vials. So there will be half of these that won't even be minted.
I want to see if I can. There we go. We get a full layout now. Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, those do look cool.
And I'll give you a hint. We're still working on these.
Gotcha. I also wanted to ask too. You guys were you were originally going to delete some of the Ape Nation NFTs, but then you had actually decided not to do that. What was some of the thought processes behind that?
Well, initially, one of our first, obviously, we're a community takeover, So we love to let the community vote on big things, on important decisions, on the the path of the project. So initially when we took over, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, Showtime, I believe it was sometime in March or April, we put a path forward vote, which was path A, path B.
Yep.
They had to do with it involved a bunch of stuff. It also involved whether we burned some apes or not. The community voted to burn some apes based off what was left in the wallet, and also some that we bought off the floor. But at the end of the day, the amount that we had to burn was a limited amount. I mean, it was somewhere on probably under 300, 350. So on a collection of 9,999, burning 350 wasn't going to do much, and it was going to cause a nightmare with rankings. Realistically, and the last thing you want to do, you want to be at a rank 995, 998. We burn, and then shit, you're out of luck. Now you're out of the canopy club. So we put it up to the community for a vote, and kind of gave them the details. Look, this is where we're at. This is how many we have, and they decided, not to burn. Instead we kept the apes. We're using them for marketing, for giveaways. Our Discord is always popping with giveaways. For just different things to help us grow, where we can get a lot more out of those apes. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with it too. I found it pretty interesting, so just wanted to hear your perspective on it.
And at the beginning of it, when this was originally minting, it slowed down a little bit, and they wanted to burn 5,000 of them. And the community came in and said no. I think J-Rod was part of that community then, and myself and a few others, and we just pushed it like we know how to do, and it sold out within 24 hours, and everybody was happy, and we just kept minting them away. I think we were probably minting a lot of them too. So I just like the bigger collections. I mean, I know that there's these smaller collections that are coming out. I just think that the original OG collections are these 9,999, and that's what I'm used to, and I'm glad we stuck with that.
Yeah, it was about, I want to say that was on mint day, February 16th, I believe.
That's my birthday. Yeah.
About halfway through, they wanted to stop the mint. And there was a bunch of us in there fighting to keep it going. It was, we weren't the founders, we weren't the team, we weren't anything. It wasn't any ADA in our pocket. It's just, the art. I mean, I think the art speaks for itself on the OG collection. We really liked it. I mean, that's what drew most of us in here, was the art. Then the community made you stick around because it is an amazing community. So yeah, finally it minted out, and here we are today with a great collection. I mean, from 1 to 9,999, you can find something nice about each and every ape.
That's what we joke with too a lot of times is. Most of my favorite apes are probably 7,000 and higher. It's just what I like. I mean, I like the plain wife beater, my Discord ape is just a gold fur with a wife beater. I mean, I just like kind of the basic. A lot of guys like the wild stuff. I'll probably be the guy that likes the V1 more than the V2. But you need guys like me in there too, so it's just what I like and I prefer.
Yeah, I think some of the crazier ones just help you stand out, but there's something to be said about just like a really clean PFP. Pendulum has some really clean PFPs as well, and their rarity system is already insane to keep up with. So I kind of like that aspect of it too, where it's just like there's so many traits that rarity isn't really a factor, so you kind of just have to go off of what you think looks the best. And I think a lot of projects kind of get away from aesthetically pleasing things, and they just are like, oh, well, mine's ranked number 1. I'll 50,000 for it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's apes that I like that are ranked 9K and above that I like much more than some in the top 1K. I mean, it's just a matter of choice, and everybody's perspective on art is different.
And J-Rod's got a couple of those ones I want. He won't give them to me.
So between you guys taking over and now, what is like the biggest thing that you learned? Like for me, it was like there was a huge difference between being like somebody just in the NFT community and somebody that was like running a project, right? It's a completely different scope. And so, what was the biggest thing you guys learned from where you started to where you are now?
One thing, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I just learned that the community is very important. I mean, I was that guy on the other side of the fence, and I felt, why the Discord, managers and the founders, always liked me. It's because I'm pumping their project, and the reason why I'm pumping it because I have a big bag in it. So it's an investment. I'm investing into myself. And I feel that same way still on this side, but it's a little different because when you see all these guys coming in and we're actually looking to add to our team, maybe a little bit, maybe a couple moderators that are in the Discord religiously doing the same thing. We feel that they need to be rewarded too. So yeah, that's the big difference that I've had.
I would say what I've learned is that it's a lot more work than you think. It's definitely a lot more work than you think, man. I mean, I came in here when they approached me and I jumped on the team. I came in ready to work, and I was willing to put in the hours. However, and I'm still putting in the hours. It's just I never realized how much work it really is, man. From the smallest detail to the art to doing a write up. We have me myself. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I consider myself a perfectionist, man. Like I like to do things the right way. I'm the type of guy that either I do it right or I don't do it. So even down to write-ups on our announcements or whatever, I put them on your Word document, then I transfer it over. I pass it over to Dem, make sure he approves. But the one biggest thing that I learned is number one, that community is everything, because you can have the best everything and not have a community, you're not going to make it. And number two, that it's a lot more work than what it looks like.
Yeah, and don't be scared to give back to the community. I think that's
Absolutely.
super important. If you don't do that, it's like when you go into the bar and you buy 10 drinks and you're sitting there and you're like, man, I should have got a free drink by now. And then what happens? You don't go to that bar anymore. So it's not the greatest explanation, but it's kind of along those lines. I mean, people are in our Discord. New people come in every day. I see new faces every single day, and I make sure I'm on there. I make sure that somebody will hit me up and say, hey, go to the Discord, because we're not in there 24/7, but I'm checking my phone all the time. I mean, and I feel that the guys are doing the same thing, and we're pretty active, and you don't see founders and like us that are in the Discord as much as we are answering questions, and we're able to answer so many questions that the guys that are in there every day are answering questions for the new people if we're not in there. So it's like it's a big family to me.
Yeah, it's an amazing team, man, an amazing community.
So what is coming after the mutations? So, I get my apes, I got my vials, I'm ready, I get my mutations. What's the next thing I have to look forward to, I guess, being a catalyst for, the apes increasing in price or, an airdrop or coins or anything like that?
Well, I know we wanted to do that special drop of some sort. We're not exactly sure how you'll qualify for that. Maybe it's your top 1,000. Maybe you're a set of 3. Maybe you're a top 1,000 Mutation Nation. We're just trying to figure out that and what the utility is going to be, because we don't want to just keep coming out with more and more, more and more to the project is not the way to do it. We just got to figure out the utility for it and the reasoning for it. I know that I'll say it anyways. I know that we were looking into metaverse and things like that, but we want to make sure that we know who's going to be on top, because you pick one now and they're not on top later, your project goes down with it. So we want to make sure that we get one of the top metaverses in this space, and it's really up in the air right now. But once that solidifies, I think in 2023, we'll be able to see what the top dogs are. Those are the ones we'll be reaching out to. We'll have royalty money. We'll have money in the wallet, because these things are, I'm hearing 100,000, 250,000 ADA just to get in some of these top ones. So those are numbers that our accountant is on, and we know what we need. That's why we brought Fettuccini on it as an advisor. Who knows? I think a treehouse would be pretty cool too. So I'll throw that out there. I know that people like coins. So that'll be something that we'll need a utility for it. We're not going to be one of these projects, if we do come out with a coin, that we're going to have, a billion supply. We're not going to do that. It'll be like, 10 coins will be worth a lot more than some other person's, 50,000 coins. We think keeping it low is the way to go. Don't let it get out of control, because then people just dump them, and then your coins are worthless.
There's so many projects that come out with so many things, but really don't have a purpose. Just to reiterate a little bit on what Showtime said, obviously we're not going to create our own metaverse. We're waiting to see kind of who flourishes the most and what opportunities we have as a project in one of these metaverses. But if you look at our roadmap, I mean, we're in Q3 now. We have there, advertising, marketing, collaboration push. We obviously started this in Q2. We've been pushing. We've been doing collab. We mentioned our royalties, 25% from the royalties. I mean, giveaway. Mutation Nation, as I said, is a separate project. They will have their own that project, or that policy ID will have his own set of royalties. So essentially, if we do 25% on that, I mean, as a whole, Ape Nation and Mutation Nation, we're giving away 50% royalties.
And also, let me add to that is, the OGs are 3% royalties on JPEG, and we were thinking to up it maybe to 5% on the Mutation Nation. So that'll give back more to the community, because it'll be on that 5% instead of the 3%. So it's not just that, the team is getting more. No, it's not. That's not what it's about. It's about trying to give back the most we can. Maybe we'll have a vote on that, and maybe we'll put it even higher if the community wants that.
Yeah, and then then just real quick. So there's so many ideas that we have in the team and whatnot for the roadmap. There's so many things that could easily be on the roadmap that aren't a token, this or that. But we don't. I mean, I know it's said and it's kind of overplayed, but we want to come through on what we promised. And we know we're going to be able to come through on a lot of things that we haven't even mentioned yet. We're doing our due diligence. We're doing our research. Again, we don't just want to come out with a token to say, hey, we came out with a token. We have a token. All right, now what? What are you going to do with that token? We need to find great, not just utility. We need to find great utility for that token. And there will be, and it's coming. Again, there's a lot of stuff that we're not going to speak about right now, but there's a lot of good stuff coming that isn't on the roadmap per se right now.
There's a lot of things that people in the community may not understand, right? And so part of that is, in order for the project to continue, you guys need money. Yes. You know what I mean? And like, for me, if you guys were to raise royalties, there's like a part of the community that's like, what do you mean you're gouging us over the price? Yeah. But it's not. And I think you guys have to explain that, is the fact that, like, if you want us to continue and be successful and do all these cool things, like, it takes time, it takes money. And a lot of people don't understand that. Now, 20% royalty is crazy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing is like, I think that you guys deserve more, right? There's a couple different questions probably inappropriate to ask. Like, okay, so the founding people, did they take what was left in the wallet and was just like...
Yeah, we were left with a little bit under 4K ADA.
Hold on. What'd you say?
We were left with a little bit under 4K ADA.
Okay. I mean, so nothing. Like,
basically.
Yeah. Because at 4K ADA, it's like you can't...
Not for a project.
Right, you can't run a project on 4K ADA.
But we did it.
No,
yeah.
but also
did it.
what was it, 14,000 just to ship out the vials. So we made that 10,000 from royalties. It put us close to the bottom, but we built back up already again. Not huge, but enough to. Luckily, we're working with Fed's team, and minting is not cheap. They ask for a percentage of the mint rather than a dollar amount. And if we don't have that percentage, we can't pay them. But Fed's team is able to do it as the mint goes. So they're not going to get paid until we're done minting or middle of minting, maybe half. So that's really helping us mint because we wouldn't be able to mint otherwise.
And you guys are charging for this mint as well, because the vials were the airdrop. So now to use the vials, you're actually charging. And what are the prices for the whitelist and for the public?
I mean, we had set out a range of prices. Like we said, the off whitelist is 10 ADA less than what the whitelist is, and then the whitelist is 10 ADA less than what the general is. But to be honest with you, like you said, everything costs money. The art, a lot of the art, a lot of this, all that, and most people aren't charging you in ADA; they're charging you in dollars. So we do have a set price that we had. However, due to the market and what's happening, we have to reevaluate, because at the end of the day, we have to have enough to pay what we have to pay.
Our mint is going to be lower than
Absolutely.
Most of the mints across the board. With ADA being lower, it might be a little bit higher. Nothing major. But I think our prices are going to be very competitive. You'll look at ours and say, wow, they're half of what these other guys are. And that's what we want to do to give back to the community. But like J-Rod said, at the end of the day, this art is not cheap. And they charge in USD, and ADA's down. So it's something we got to reevaluate. But when minting comes, you don't know. Maybe ADA goes way back up. Maybe it doesn't. Absolutely. We don't know where it's going to be, so we don't want to throw a set price out there. But it will be a lot cheaper than these other projects.
And again, we're not trying, like you said, like people get that mentality, they're trying to gouge them. No, we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to do enough so that the project, so we can provide this utility, so we can keep growing the project, and at the end of the day, that requires funds.
And that's what we do. We have separate teams that have their own calls. So all 8 guys are not going on all these calls. And myself and Jem Dem and KC8 are in the finance team, and it's something that we've talked about several times on how much we'll need. We get Fettuccini involved, just long term on approximately rough numbers that what it will cost down the line, because we don't want to leave ourselves short. It's always to have more than less. So we have to make sure that we do this right, and we keep the community involved. And I think at the end of the day, everybody will be happy. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, like Showtime said, we have a certain amount of guys that are handling the budgeting, trying to do things the right way. And when you have that game plan, and you have the correct steps in place, that's how you succeed.
Yeah, I noticed when you guys first talked to, you were like, oh, like we were already a part of the project. We already owned some of it. So we really wanted it to succeed early on. So that just got me thinking, what other projects are you investing in?
Me personally, I'm not invested in many, man. I'm probably like in 3 or 4 projects, because I can't keep up. I'm here nonstop with the Ape Nation, and in this space, I always tell everybody a day's time feels like a week. You don't enter a Discord in a couple of days and you're completely lost. So it's hard for me to keep up. So basically, I mean, I have an Ape Society, the art, the art. I have a couple of Boss Cats, and then I have a couple of things here and there, but that's about it. I mean, I want to concentrate here. I want to give Ape Nation and the community, the family, everything I got. They deserve it. At the end of the day, it's for my interest too, right? I'm a holder. We're all holders. We're all community members. So, I'm just dedicated here. I'm not in many other projects.
I'm the opposite of J-Rod. So, I'm, but recently, not many, because I mean, I've been, I've been missing a lot. I know that there's a lot of mints that are coming out, and they're probably double and triple of what it used to be. So it's really hard to keep up with. I have a few buddies in the Discords. They're called Discord whores. So they go from Discord to Discord, but they do find the good projects, and they find the communities, and then they'll send me a message. Hey, you might want to get a whitelist for here. Hey, I could get you a whitelist for here. I've been reached out every day for whitelists to give away whitelist. I do it on my Twitter. I just feel that growing a community together, if everybody's together, it grows even bigger. So I don't mind throwing out some, whitelist on my Twitter. But yeah, I'm involved in some of the ones that, J-Rod had said, and I was a big Chill Kong guy. I was fortunate to, just be on Pool PM at the time, and waiting for Space Apes. And I'm looking at these other things that are coming out, and I'm like, man, these things look pretty cool. Why are there so many of them? So I'm looking it up, and I'm like, I better get on them. So, I was able to get, I think, 13 of them at like 34 ADA. And then I kind of sold a lot of them along the way to build my wallet. And, I probably have over 1,000 NFTs, all different projects. Try to get a few of each. My lucky number is usually 5 or 10. I feel that, you could sell half of those and get your money back, and then play for free. So that's what I like to do. Not recently, because Ape Nation's got a lot of my time, but that's the game plan. And I kind of stick with that. And, I could say coming in, I probably spent maybe 5,000 to 6,000 ADA on NFTs, and I have more than that in my wallet, and I have still 1,000 NFTs. So I feel if it goes to zero today, I didn't really lose anything. So my risk and reward is there, and I don't mind, selling some of them along the way. When I see, a Clay Nation at 3,200, for me, it's like, I could take that 3,200. Where's it going to go? You don't really know. I mean, as long as you have one of them in the wallet, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's everybody's.
Yeah.
You don't want to be left out in the cold, I guess you would say.
No.
Do you have any particular projects you're a big fan of, or are like some of your favorite holding, besides Ape Nation, obviously?
Well, I got into a few of the newer projects. I like the art of the degenerate rats. I like that. I know J-Rod, I'm speaking for him, but he likes the art of the boss cats. I kind of like the cartoonish look. Some other people like other kinds of looks. That's one. One of the other projects that I'm helping with is Super Deformed. It's a project probably not many people know. It's early. It's late July, the mint. Check that out. Yeah, and other projects, to me, I mean, I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Those are kind of the ones that I'm holding, and holding on to close.
Sorry, I'm just looking up Super Deformed real quick.
Yeah.
Is that this one right here?
No.
No.
It's one that Mr. B's helping me with. I'm just an advisor for the guys. They came on and they really wanted help. There it is. They wanted help.
Okay.
They're collabed with Chill Kongs. So that's going to be of one that they're going to have there. They've been collabing a lot. I'm getting these whitelists and I'm just shooting them to them. And I know right now Ape Nation is paused on the whitelist because we're focusing on the big picture, but we will open up whitelists for, different, especially projects that have a lot of potential. We shop around into these Discords, get a few, tips on real active communities. Those are the projects we're going to want to whitelist in the future. It's not just going to be any Tom, Dick, or Harry. It's going to be somebody that we feel one of us recognizes on the team. And that super deformed team is pretty strong. They have guys that are on that team from different projects, and we put that together, and it's going nice. I mean, but most of my time I let them know, just like other people that have reached out to me. I could tweet out something for them, but I would say like J Rod said, 85 to 90% of my time is with Ape Nation, and it doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I see Lego Deuce is saying the MB Society. Has anybody heard of that?
Yeah, man, that's the Moon Boy Society. That's
Oh, okay.
that's one of our community members. By the way, a real top-notch guy, Cardano Train. Shout out to him. If you look at the pricing and the floors on our traits, he's done such a great job hyping up the Moon Boys. Here, I'll let you take a peek at that Moon Boy right there. That's a project he's starting. It's super top secret, I believe, by invitation only. But he's doing some good things over there. 100. Shout out to him.
Maybe we'll have to try to get these guys involved in a private Discord on that, if he's listening. If not, we'll see what we could do. I mean, I got my invite, and I'm a Moon Boy, so you don't have to be a Moon Boy holder, I don't think. Do you, J Rod? I think maybe just
I believe I believe one of the requirements is you have to own an astronaut from some type of project.
Some type of project, correct.
Okay, that's an interesting thing right there.
Oh man, Cardano Trey, that's a cool cat right there, man. Good guy. He's all about the community, man. Great guy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you have any other interesting things like that happen that you've experienced in Discord? So okay, so that's pretty interesting. When I was with Bump and Uglies for a little bit, I don't know if you guys know who they are, but yeah. So
I got two.
So he, I think the day before Mint or something like that, he said, everybody post ugly pictures of yourselves or whatever. And so it's just like a wall of people with hideous photos. And everybody ended up either getting a mint or something. I totally forget about it. But they got extra XP in the Discord. It was hilarious. But yeah, Bumpin' Uglies. The guy is super active. Very, very active. Always posting, updating on the app and other things like that. It's kind of cool, but very, very not talked about, I guess you would say.
I call them the Smurfs, and I like them. So I jumped on and just got two of them. I figured get a male and a female, because I have a feeling there could be a breeding something going on there in the future. So I minted two of those. Yeah, he's a crazy guy. I don't know too much about him, but just going in there every once in a while. We actually are doing, what is it, J-Rod, movies, right? We're going to try to do 8 movies in the Discord, and we got a DJ now. So there'll be a DJ in the Discord. We got the poker game starting. There's some kind of car game, racing game. All these things have been added recently, and they're not working yet, but they will. I think we added too many at once, so we're going to try to get them running. And I know Scram, he's not much of a talker, but behind the scenes, he's very helpful, and he's the one controlling that Discord.
Yeah, we're working on integrating a bunch of stuff. I mean, again, the Mutation Nation has taken up a lot of our time. Obviously it's our main focus right now, but like I said, about 85% of our time is going towards Mutation Nation now, and then we're dedicating for other things. You have to. You can't just, at least out of my experience, you can't just focus on one thing and forget about everything else. So we are. It's just we're in the last leg right now, the last push. Mutation Nation will be minting right now in Q3, so that's why we're focused there. But yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming in the Discord. You know, even more interaction with the community and prizes, man. We're always giving away prizes. Everybody loves prizes.
And what people have to remember too is, you know, maybe people don't know this, but there is a waiting line to mint. So, you know, they can't have millions of people minting because it'll just crash everything. So there's a wait on the mint. So the faster we could get the art done, the faster we could get into that waiting line. And we're really hoping that we could get this, you know, by the middle end of July. The earliest. So just, you know, be patient, and, you know, we'll keep everybody updated on that. But we're with the best minting team out there. And, you know, there's very few errors in these mints, if any. I know that that's a big deal in this space. You know, when you mint and you don't get it, it's happened to me recently. And we don't want that to happen because, like I said, you'll only get one strike, and we're lucky enough to have two. So we got to make sure everything goes smooth. And if we have to, you know, pay the top dollar for it, we will.
Yeah, and I think everybody in the community knows what I'm about to say because I say it on all our spaces. Every time I speak, I say the same thing.
I know what he's going to say.
Showtime knows, man. We're 120% all about quality. Yes, I know the CNFT space, the NFT space in general moves super fast, but we're not going to sacrifice quality for nothing. So, you know, if it takes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month more, it's going to take it because we're not going to sacrifice. It's just, you can't. You know, waiting an additional small amount of time for greatness is worth it.
You didn't say the word I thought you were going to say. Fire, man.
Oh no, absolute fire.
We want absolute fire.
Absolute fire, and that's becoming a little bit not good enough lately too. So
yeah,
we want epic fire is what we want now, man.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It seems like CNFTs used to be so simplistic, right? The community they would just be like, win. Like that was all it is. But now it's like morphed into this, when do we get free stuff? When do we do this, that, and the other? Do you guys feel any sort of pressure to perform like the win moments?
Nope.
Or anything like that?
I mean, you get it, man. But like I said, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me because if you don't want to wait for greatness, then don't wait, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I love everybody in the community. I'm not trying to be an ass, but the truth is, like, you wait another week, another 2 weeks, it's not going to kill you, man. It's only gonna better your pocket.
And there's been people that have left the community because of that. You know, some of these projects, you know, are instant. You know, mutation, boom, coins, you know, boom, and there's people that didn't like the timing of, you know, the slower pace, more long term, maybe flippers. And they have left, but that opens up the door for a cheaper. They'll drop the floor, but it opens up the door for someone that really wants to be in there that couldn't necessarily afford the 158 a floor, and now all of a sudden it's 80, and they could get in. You know, so we want that. Not that we want the floor to drop, but we just want people in here that want to stay in here and trust us, and you know, the floor will rise and do what it has to do on its own.
I mean, let me give you an example, guys. Look at the vials. Vials are going to be burned. You know, they're going to be non-existent in a couple months or whatever. Yet we put our heart, right, because it's something that Ape Nation is putting out. We're not going to put out crap, even if it's going to be burned. Look at our vials. I mean, look at that mega vial. In my opinion, we have the prettiest, best-looking vials in the CNFT space. Why? Because we dedicated ourselves to them, and yes, it's going to be burned, but at the end of the day, it's still art.
Yeah, we probably had, what do you say, J-Rod? I don't know, 30 different versions of these files.
Man, we went through a lot, but it matters.
Maybe more,
man,
yeah. And if you look at the top of the sales, I think we're over 100,000 just in vial sales, which is more than probably most. I mean, people really want these vials, and especially when they hear the set. And that's why I think these V2s, as we get closer and we let the community know what these sets of 3 are going to be, which we don't know yet, but we're going to make it worth your while. And the floor is definitely going to rise, because, there might be somebody that's just holding on to a V2 and now they got to buy a V1. Most of the people are holding on to these V1s, and they're going to need V2s if they, during the mint, and they're like, man, this is awesome, man. And I just seen what a V2 will look like in some of my traits. I want that. So now they're going to go. And I mean, I've picked up a couple V2 vials just because I know that, what it's going to be later on. I probably don't have enough. I'm sure you don't either, J-Rod, a V2.
Oh, I never have enough, man.
It's like, I mean, I know J-Rod's probably has 80 something of these things, and I got like, probably 70. And I don't have 70, and I love all of mine, but I can't mint them all. So that now there's the process of which ones do I mint the V2, because I'm going to get the set of 3 no matter what. I'm not going to waste one of these V2s on not having a set of 3. So that'll be the hard process. That's why this mint is going to go a little bit, because some of these holders have hundreds of these. How long is it going to take them to mint,
This mint's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be different. I'm super stoked to see what a game plan everybody comes out with. Because obviously your top 1K, you can, it's a reduced price. But I just have a feeling somewhere in that jungle club, which is the 1,001 through 5,000, some people are gonna hold off and kind of see what's being minted, because the ranking, there's no way of telling what the rankings are gonna be. We don't know what's going to be minted. There's going to be a shitload of apes that don't even get mutated because of the V1, V2. So
right,
but it should be lined up with the other apes, though, right? Like if you look at the other apes rarities, it should match up. Like if they were all in theory minted.
Yes,
right.
But you throw the V2 factor in there, where it's a more extreme trait.
So the V2,
and then you throw in the factor.
Right. So is a V2 basic going to be more rare than a V1 wing? I would think the wing would probably be
I don't think
more
the wing,
rare. But like what J-Rod's saying is if, let's say, for instance, my favorite trait is the dice in the mouth, and not a lot of people are going to mint those. So now maybe there's only 100 of these out there, and now that rarity might be a little bit, less.
Now it's super rare. Like now we don't know.
Now it could be rare,
Like we really don't know. That's the cool thing about it. You got to kind of have a game plan. It's not, oh, let me just mint, let me mutate. No, when it comes, if you really care about the rankings, then you kind of have to have a game plan.
Yeah, 100%. We have Mike Whitehead here, who says he owns over 200 vials.
That's the friendliest whale in the space, man.
Jungle Mike? Is that
Jungle Mike, man?
Yeah, I was chatting with him yesterday.
It's a great guy right there, man.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
He's a solid guy, man, and he knows projects too. And him and I chat, back and forth, and I'm in a lot of projects he's in. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I just want to thank everybody who's watching too. We have 19 people in here, and that's pretty good for these streams. So I really appreciate everybody for stopping by. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask these guys while they're here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I want to do a shout out to everybody that joined us and the whole Ape Nation family, man. We appreciate you guys.
I probably got a few more minutes, guys. My battery life says 5% here, so I'm not near a charger.
Gotcha. Well, I'll just say a preemptive thank you just in case you cut out. But thank you guys for coming on, man.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got Mr. B in the chat, one of the founders.
Oh, snap. Is that Brendan?
Yep, that's him.
What's up, Brendan? You got a question?
He always has a question.
Who is the best looking on the team?
I don't know. I'd have to say Wolf, huh?
I don't know. I haven't seen Wolf, to be honest with you. I missed out when he was live, so I haven't seen him yet, man. So
the Wolf, man.
I'm the youngest, though. Remember that. I'm the youngest.
You are the youngest. You can't even get into the bar. Mr.
That'd
B
be
for
nice.
sure.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
So it looks like, based on the sound in your voice, right? Your the way you're speaking, I can tell that you're from like the Chicago area, probably, and or because of Michael Jordan jersey in the background and everything like that. I'm from Indiana, so
All
I know
right.
people from the region and stuff like that. So,
Perfect. I was
and
in
I
Indiana yesterday.
oh, nice, nice. What is your favorite pizza joint?
Oh,
I
yes.
have to ask.
So my favorite pizza is a place nobody really knows of. It's called Chesden's,
Okay,
and it's more of a sweet sauce rather than the original, pizza sauce.
okay,
And if you're ever in this area, I don't know if you know the Chicagoland area, but Orland Square Mall would be
yeah,
the mall over there. Yeah. So if you know where that's at, it's not far from there. So if you're ever in that area, Google it. Perfect place to sit down and eat, grab a beer. Um, Best pizza I ever had, man. It's not the Lou Malnati's. It's not, all these bigger name franchises.
right,
Usually these little hole in the wall places are probably your best bet.
right. Like there's this one, Fat Ricky's, which is pretty good. But yeah, I'm a sucker for Lou Malnati's though. I mean, that to me is like really good. But for nostalgia, I go to like Gino's East or whatever,
Yeah, see, I
just
like
because
that one better, right? Yeah.
that's where my dad used to take me. And so we'd hit Superior and we'd go to Gino's, and then right across the street is Garrett's Popcorn. And so
Yeah.
like you would get the slice, the whole
Yeah.
pizza or whatever, and
That's
then
funny,
go
man. I was eating Garrett's popcorn a little while ago.
yeah, and you got to get
Yeah.
the Chicago style mix. That's the only way. It's like it's caramel popcorn mixed with cheese. If that makes any sense to you, Nick. Caramel popcorn mixed with cheese, dude. I
So
swear to God, you
so
try
they
it.
have so they have the better version. They have the better version of that. It's caramel with cheese on top of it. So it's one piece of popcorn instead of the two mixed. Check that one out.
Man, I think you guys are making people in the chat hungry, man.
Yeah, so
But yeah, so yeah, but I make pizzas. That's kind of like my main thing. I've made pizzas since I was like 6. So, and I'm now 38. So longer than Nick's been alive. I've been making pizzas. So yeah, pizza's my thing. But yeah. Oh,
Oh,
he's
did we
gone.
lose you?
That's it.
I think
That's
we
it.
lost Showtime, man.
He got
Dang.
rugged.
Oh, I'm glad I gave him that preemptive. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So
I can't talk to you about pizza, man. I'm in South Florida. I'm all about that Cuban food, man.
yeah, see, and I've been to Florida, and they really don't have very good pizza joints there.
There's
And
a
it all
couple.
has
Oh, from my
it,
experience, I'm not really a pizza guy, but
it all has to do with sea level, right? So the closer you are to sea level, it affects the way the dough rises.
it's the water, I've heard.
Some of the water, uh, I mean, possibly, but yeah, the closer you are to sea level, right? The harder it is essentially to bake. And so you're sitting there, and you can have top notch pizzaiolas come down there and make pizzas, and it's not going to turn out right, just
Yeah,
because
I
of
know a
where.
guy. I know a guy, a pizza guy. He owns a shop that's from New York, and he said that the reason, no matter what you do, that it doesn't taste the same is the water.
So the water that they make with New York is very different than water throughout the land, like in America in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's something about it, the New York water, and that's what they'll tell you every single time.
That's what
Everybody
they tell you.
from New York, they'll be like, "No, it's the water, man. You could take the water, and it's just like the best. It's made for pizza." And it's like, okay, well, whatever, city water, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know, but yeah, they'll try to convince you like, oh, it's all about the water. No, it has everything to do with being that close to sea level and that close to the sea.
Cool, man. I learned
Yeah,
something new, man.
yeah. So pizza rolls, dude. I can't believe they're talking about pizza rolls right now. To be fair though, pizza rolls with ranch, is the bomb. So you have a boss cat. I just bought my first boss cat.
Yeah, man, I got into Boss Cats when? Probably sometime in January, February of this year, I believe.
Oos. So you were
So I
paying
got I
top.
got I got into a couple Boss Cats. I was there for the launch of the rocket parts. I was able to get some rocket parts. I got the I was able to mint the Boss Planet, you know, when it minted, and then also I got dropped I think like 2 of the Vox sets, the Vox Cats. So yeah, man, I've been around there for a while. I think that, you know, they've done great things. They dealt with a lot of FUD at the beginning. They fought through it, you know, and I think now they're coming out with aliens or something like that. No,
Yeah, and the art on those actually looks really
yeah, it looks pretty cool.
really good.
Pretty cool.
I would say almost I prefer that over the OGs. Don't crucify me.
I agree 100%. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't even know how they're minting them or giving them away because I haven't even had time to jump in there, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you that. But yeah, I agree. I think it looks really nice, really
There's
clean.
there's gonna be 800 and I think
Yeah, that's
96.
super clean, man. Super dope.
896 for public, I guess you'd say, or the original boss cats. So
That's super clean right there, man.
yeah.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's really clean. That's really smooth.
And if you look at the other ones that they've teased out, the rockets, nobody can afford the rockets. But dude, look at that. That's
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
this
it
looks like a mutation alone.
Right.
Doesn't it? Look, his eyes, he's already like skull and bones because of this
Yeah,
water
that's-
in there. It's melted his face away.
Right.
Yeah, that art's sick. I think it's by far some of their nicest art, in my opinion.
Right.
So
And
are
then
they doing
some-
anything special with these, like different metaverse land or integration with Boss Cat? How is all that gonna work?
I have no idea. I don't really care. Those things look cool as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's a PFP. I mean, maybe clean up the background to where it's like, I don't know, the astronaut one looks good, but you might have to clean up the background on the other one and make it lighter so it pops a little bit. But I mean, other than that, like,
Yeah, it's sick.
they do look good. I mean, if you were to look at that and then look at the regular ones down below,
Yeah, it's night and day.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that one's simple. It's nice, like it looks clean or whatever. But then you go down one more, a little kazoo. But yeah,
Yeah,
that dude just
that's
looks.
sick. Yeah.
Dude, these are fire.
Yeah.
How do you go about getting one? Do you need to own a Boss Cat to get one of these?
Yeah, there's your buy off secondary, and you're not guaranteed to get one either. So
I
it's
think-
like,
I think there's some incentives if you own a top 1K.
if you own a top 1K, I think you get one airdrop to you.
Oh, nice.
Okay, or you get a guaranteed mint one. If you own like a public one, just a regular OG, right? You get the possibility of having one airdrop to you, but it's there's only like 800 and like 96, I think, being let out to the public. But yeah, if you look at the rockets, so zoom in on that real quick.
Let's see.
First of all, the mutations right up front look badass. Like, look at them. Look cool as shit. Sorry,
Let me.
I'm cursing. Is it gonna zoom in? Oh my goodness.
Is it not going to let me? Why is it do this?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It's being difficult.
Well, anyway, so as you can tell, people with like full rockets or whatever, they do get a free mint of the Alien Club. So if you have a full rocket, right, full boner rocket, you're getting a free Alien mint. So that's cool.
That makes sense too. Those rockets are expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
You better
Yeah.
give me something for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And you want to incentivize too, because if you don't, then you know these really expensive assets go down, and it really frustrates all the people who spent so much money on them.
And then plus, if you look at it, like with their tokens or whatever, so if you have a boss cat, you're getting 2 tokens per day since mint. So on the year anniversary, they're going to release the tokens, and I can imagine for future you're going to be able to mint with those tokens and stuff like that. And
Well, I think there's going to be some utility in their metaverse
Metaverse,
with
right?
those tokens as well.
Right. And so I think they have a pretty good thing. Like I told Nick, I said out of all the metaverses, right? Clay Nation and Boss Cats. That's what I think. Forget Pavia. Like, to be quite honest with you, forget Pavia. Like, what is the community of Pavia?
Well, that
Is
actually brings up a question that I was going to have when, maybe not even a question, but like a segue into a topic I've been debating. And that was that some projects that are coming out now are saying, hey, we actually want to buy like 5 lands of Pavia, 5 lands of Boss Cat, 5 lands of Sandbox, whatever it is. And they want to make sure that they have land for one of the hype projects that's coming out so that they can develop inside of it, because you don't want to put all your money into, I don't know, I'm going to use Unbounded Earth as an unfair example. I think they're doing amazing things, actually. But, their floor price is a little weak right now, and maybe it's not the most hyped project. And it would be frustrating for you guys if that happened to you and you were no longer the most hyped because you bought the quote unquote wrong metaverse.
Correct.
So what do you think? Like, do you think that's a good play to buy a little bit of everything, or do you think it's best to wait and then just pay the premium once you find out what is the top dog?
I mean, I think you can do a little bit of both. You can probably buy into some of these. Like you said, Boss Planet. It looks promising. We've actually discussed this as a team. Obviously, our funds are limited onto what we can do now with, and where we budget our funds. But yes, it is the topic of discussion. We haven't pulled it, gone with it yet, but it's something that we might soon. So it's still up in the air. But at the end of the day, if we're gonna get wherever we have to get. So if we at the end of the day, if we decide to go here and we have to pay a premium, we'll do it. At the end of the day, it's for the community, and we want to be able to be where it's happening. And that's I guess that's one of the benefits of sitting back and kind of analyzing and see who's going where, because there's so many of them. And so many projects come out and promise a metaverse and this and that. Obviously we're not going to create a metaverse. That's way expensive, and for a lot of projects, it's really not realistic. So it's an interesting play. We'll see what route we go. We might buy in sooner than later. Who knows? But at the end of the day, if we have to pay a premium to get in, we will.
That makes sense. It kind of reminds me too of waiting for charts to kind of show you that they're on their uptrend, rather than being like, oh, here's the bottom and trying to catch that falling knife. You do try to wait. You see, okay, this actually is going to be something pretty cool. I'll buy it here. You're not trying to get the best of the best deal. You're just trying to make sure that what you buy is worth it.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. You know what I mean? And we want to make sure we end up in the right spot.
So so Nick, maybe you know more about this. Okay, so is it only Clay assets inside Clay Nation? Bake Nation, Underworld.
Good question.
Or are they adding other projects?
It wouldn't shock me if they added other projects, but it also wouldn't shock me if they didn't. Because, I think it would be really interesting to have a world all of its own. And I think Clay Nation is big enough to where that would actually be doable. But, and I think it would be cool as an immersion too, like immersing yourself into this metaverse. Everything you see is clay. And I think that would be really, really cool. But I wouldn't be opposed either to seeing, I don't know, Lions, the Lion Legends, seeing their 3D in there, or anything along those lines. It wouldn't frustrate me, but I do think it would be really cool to just see clays. But then if you want a larger user base, then you would need to accept more than just clays, because you'd want more people using, and not everybody can afford even OG, or not OG, the GC clays. They're only about 1,000 right now, which is very fair. But there's a lot of people who can't wrap their head around 1,000 ADA right now, because maybe they're new to the space, or maybe that's still just too much for them. They maybe just started.
Brandon Cohen, coolest name in the game. Brandon says Boss Cat is a big gamble. I mean, it could be. I mean, here's the thing. Don't listen to me. Like, I just bought my first land like yesterday, and it's
What district did you get it in?
and it's just the base one. And so 3, which I think is going to be like a hospitality,
Okay.
like hotel or whatever. I thought about sports, and then I was like, well, it doesn't matter because you can travel to any one of them, right?
Exactly.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, where's my home at? Well, who cares? Like I'm in the space. So yeah, I just got a hospitality one, District 3, and then yeah, it's my first land that I ever owned, and so I was like, well, but out of all the projects or whatever, I think they have money to back it up. You know what I mean?
And they've had some big names. Some
Good.
big names join them and
And
partner up with them.
that stuff's expensive. A lot of people don't understand. Metaverse is super expensive.
It's not cheap.
It's not
It's
cheap
not
at
cheap.
all.
Yeah, I wanted to say something too to Brandon. He says the market is showing its clay, corn, and pavia, and he's 100% right. But I want to remind everybody that during January and February, the market was showing that boss cats were everything. So this is a cyclical thing, and don't get too caught up in what's popping right now, because as you ape into what's going well, you might do well for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even 2 months, but eventually that's going to cool off, and there's going to be a new hot one on the block. So just
That's
be
true.
aware that it's going to happen at some point.
The truth
Yeah.
is, you just never know.
And
Yeah.
like my only thing against Pavia is the fact that, like, well, what's the community behind it? You know what I mean? Like, because for me, Pavia has always been a flip. I mean, for me, anyway. Like I've just seen it flipped and flipped and flipped and flipped, and it's changed so many hands, right? Uh, that it's like hard. So clay, to me, has character behind it. It has people behind it, and I think it's a pretty safe bet. Safe bet, you know. Same kind of with Boss Cats. It has the profile recognition and stuff like that. It has actual characters behind it, but yeah, Eco Nikos.
You have any opinions on that, Brandon or J-Rod?
Honestly, no, man. I mean, I've heard of them and everything, but I haven't really looked into it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I it's just a pass for me. Like, to be quite honest, it's just too much
Yeah.
cement. Couldn't do it.
I
was out.
minted just because I was one of the warriors, so I could mint for half off. And I thought to myself, well, if I get one of the rarest ones, I will make a ton of money. Now, if I don't, then I can sell out for like a small loss. And that's exactly what happened. I got a bronze, which, obviously most people are going to get bronze. And I bought it for 330 and I sold it for 333. So
Yeah,
I literally got in and got out. Maybe these things will be worth holding in the future, but I watched the price go from 330 as soon as I sold it all the way up to 500, and I was like, I made a mistake. And now I checked like earlier today, and they're down to like 300 again. So, I don't know. There was a lot of them. They were for a very high mint price, and it was a brand new project. Sure, they might have a bunch in development and ready, but as far as convincing a whole community of people that were worth it, I think you need to be around a bit longer in the space before you charge that much. But I understand that metaverses are expensive, so it's a unique way to balance all those things. A large mint price with a really ambitious goal.
I mean, the cost to develop these things, I mean, again, most people don't realize it, but it's no joke. It's no joke. The time, the effort, the money that, if it's so much time and effort, just like a project like Ape Nation, I mean, building a metaverse, and doing it the right way, it takes money, man.
yeah. There's no doubt. And again, like I said, I don't think it's something that people understand or can quite fully wrap their head around. I think most people think that people develop things and people make things and they're inherently rich starting off, right? Well, they have so
Yeah.
much money, they're starting a project like millions. They're already in a Lambo. Their job now is to help me get into a Lambo. And it's like, no, dude, I'm driving a 2008 Ford Edge, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my life. I'm trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? And so,
And I'm not even trying to get a Lambo. I'm just trying to make the project work.
right. I'm just trying to unite people, that's about it, and have people to talk to at the end of the day. Because a lot of this stuff is just my escape. Like, it's just like, it helps me get through the day of dealing with mundane activities. And so, it's kind of crazy to see people from all walks of life or whatever and talk to them. And it's really helped me out in life in general. Something that's not helping me out is the price of ADA right now. But it's like, what can I do? Like,
Hey, but just, to everybody out there, remember, if you don't sell, you didn't lose.
yeah, that's true.
You only lose if you sell.
And, to all the people out there that were buying at $1, $1.50, watching it go to $2, watching it go to $3, just think about it, man. Pretend like you have that same energy right now at these lower prices.
Right.
Dollar cost average,
Just DCA, and even if it's like something like $25 a week, like, do it. Go bank poor for a little bit and get ADA rich.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people too they'll try to time the bottom. I'm one of them. I'm guilty as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I've made a lot of bad decisions, but when I think about it, it's like I am trying to time the bottom. Not gonna lie. But if I'm wrong, I still believe in this, so I'm not too worried.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you were just to dollar cost average every day, that is the best solution, because then if it goes down, you're not beating yourself up. You're just like, oh, cool, another discount, and you can just keep buying more.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, I agree 100%.
Are you guys gonna go to Vegas?
Well, yeah, that's on our roadmap. We're actually gonna have a giveaway. We are already scheduled. We're gonna be at CNFT Con, and we're gonna do some giveaways. One of them, obviously, some entries. And then I don't know if they said it, and I believe we have. We're trying to see if we can do one grand prize where it's like accommodations and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so then we're gonna have hopefully like a dinner with the team. Whichever ones of us can make it out there. Whoever wins, go. Mr. B won't be there, unfortunately. I don't think. He's the good-looking one, but
Yeah.
But we're gonna go out to dinner with the team. But yeah, it's gonna be lots of fun. We're excited. And that's another thing we've been telling everyone. Like, projects. When it comes to all these rugs and everything going on, it's like, look at projects that are going to CNFT Con. I mean, these are bigger projects that are motivated, dedicated. It's another big thing. Give away an Ape Nation Discord now, by the way, guys. So anybody that wants to head over to the Ape Nation Discord, they're giving away, I think, an ape and a vial right now.
I think it's a level 2.
Okay.
I'm not even sure. I'm not in there.
Just let everybody know the socials are in the description below. So if you do want to go check them out, you definitely should go join their Discord. If not for the community, for some free giveaways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
come for the giveaway, stay for the community. That's what happens to a lot of people.
Exactly.
But it's true. Like, so there are projects that are going. He said V1.
V1, yeah, V1.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get.
I mean, those V2s, man, you can't be giving those away like nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
I was just thinking, man.
Everybody's so like wild because there's only 38 of the hyper rare megas, but hey, at the end of the day, out of a 9,999 collection, there's only 2,969 V2s, man. That's pretty rare.
That's pretty rare. And so, these projects that are showing up, obviously they're showing up not to embarrass themselves. They're not going to sit there. These aren't rug projects that are probably going. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm personally going not necessarily as. I'm representing Lucky Lizard Club or whatever, and so I'm having a meetup there with my squad. I decided to forego a booth because it was like I wanted to hang out with my people, and I wanted to get out and mingle, and I wanted to do things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wanted to do like interviews. So if Nick and I are going, right, we can interview people at their booth or whatever, go to booth and just kind of talk to some people.
Are we going to be like those dudes, like point the microphone in people's faces?
Yes.
Go with the
so
stick.
What do you think about
a boom mic, bro? I'll just hand the boom mic and it'll be like constantly in the video, bro. I'm like,
well, you guys got to make sure you stop by Ape Nation, man. We'll be there.
Of course,
love to say what's up, man.
I'm stopping everywhere, and like, so I'm taking my squad out to dinner or whatever. Everybody who comes that's in the crew like gets a free meal or whatever.
Nice.
And I'm really looking forward to like networking and talking to people that I've always wanted to talk to and meeting people in real life. And so, I'm really looking forward to that. But you are correct. Like with rugs nowadays, it's like, well, we'll see who shows up to CNFT Con, and those are probably the projects you're gonna want to follow. I don't
Yeah, you
know.
want a safe investment? There you go. See who's going.
Right, right. And so, if you guys are going, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely meet up or whatever. We'll
Yeah,
have to
it's
have
a
a
lot of
beer.
things. You don't see a lot of people doxing themselves nowadays either. It's like
No,
it's so
no.
secretive. I mean, my opinion on that is like I have nothing to hide. I know I'm putting in my all. No one's always going to be happy with everything you do, man. Not it's hard to get. I mean, it's 8 of us on the team. It's hard to get all 8 of us to agree.
Right.
Which is one of the major benefits I think we have is we have 8 different viewpoints, 8 different people. I mean, try coming to a decision on art with 8 people, man. It's not easy.
It's rough.
I would pull out a little bit of my hair if I still had some, but but it's not easy. But it's also a strength because you get different perspectives on art that eventually translates over to the final art, which translates over to having more what people like in general in a community.
Gotcha. Yeah, it is. It'd probably be pretty rough because your partner just likes wife beaters and plain apes.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's tough. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's not always easy, but at the end of the day, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Um, there's one team that is not doxed and that I'll always support. It's Aeonium Sky. And just because the person behind there is so private and very shy, that I they're just not ready to reveal their face or whatever, or have people even hear their voice, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is one project that I always support.
They're starting to, excuse me, to do pretty well. I remember like just a few weeks ago, these were like 30 or
30,
35.
38. Yeah, and as you see, as the collection will grow, right? So this is the third, I think, installment of this particular um, portion of the blocks, right? And so as these start to get thrown out a little bit more, that's when the rarity will start increasing. And so I've collected every block so far of this go round. I had some thanks to J Hub out there, true OG. Him and I, that's how we met. Is I was buying Aeonium Skies off of him because he accidentally bought like a little bit too much, and then I think we also traded. Correct me if I'm wrong, OG. I think we traded unsigs, or we spoke about unsigs, or something like that. And so, because uh, I was a big unsig fan. So yeah, he's got all 15 blocks that go together. So he's got a block 1. If you're to look at block 1, just go from listing highest to lowest. And I think you're on block 2. Are you on block 2? Yeah. So True G has a block 1, which is literally that's impossible to get. I bought my first block 1 for 60 ADA.
Oh wow.
And right now the floor on a block 1 is
That's 10K.
it's 10K.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And they're not going to sell cheaper than that. They won't.
Yeah, they're probably going to go up.
So
not financial advice.
But yeah, if you look at the whole thing, like every now and then they'll release the whole thing all together and what pieces are missing. And if you look at the whole thing, it's just so wonderfully curated. It's literally a one of a kind sort of project.
The cool thing too with these is that there's always a hunt with it. So they come out and then you got to find something in this picture and it's a GIF. So sometimes it'll like scroll, but it'll only be there at certain times. So you actually have to like watch and like try to and like zoom in and get out your magnifying glass. Like it's crazy. Some of these are
That's
really, really intricate.
that's really cool.
Yeah. He sold block 1 through 5 in October for 5K ADA. 1 through 5. That's yeah. That's so crazy.
Is there a maximum amount of blocks they're going to be making?
There's, I think, 20 total. So 10 for the block 1s and 10 for the block 2s. And I believe you can connect the 10 blocks from one into a bigger one, and then the 10 blocks from the other one and create a bigger one. I'm not sure. Can you connect both of those blocks?
They're going to be connected.
Okay.
That's cool, man. That's out of the box stuff right there.
Yeah,
Yes.
their art is just, I just like it in general. They do a lot of cheap mints similar to what Cornucopias did for test mints, like 15 ADA, 10 ADA, whatever, just to test out their new minting service because they're always trying to improve as well. They've been using NFT Maker Pro, I think, for the longest time, and they're too big now. It just doesn't, scale well to demand. So are they doing their own minting service now? Cleanup?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to them.
I've been told they're
about it.
changing it. I don't know if it's their
But
own
yeah.
though or somebody else's.
I think it might be somebody else's. I don't think it's their own. I have to check Discord.
But yeah, these lamps, dude. I know it's so stupid, but I just think these are like the coolest lava lamps in the world. And
No, the lamps are cool, dude. They were like 50 to mint.
yeah,
I think.
I just want one in my room. Like I want an IRL version of this.
Yeah.
Well,
And
just get your iPad and put it next to your bed, man.
Right?
yeah. So yeah, that's another thing. So I have one of those. What is it? Why am I struggling right now? Hold on. Let me find it. Benjamin Group, get out of here. Yeah, I have one of the nano frames, and I'm still waiting for it. I paid for this thing in like November. I still haven't got it.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta help the wife with the kids. Since I'm the young buck in the team,
Yeah.
I gotta put the kids to sleep and help her out. It's already kind of late over here, but I just want to say I greatly appreciate you guys having us on.
Hey, thanks.
Super stoked to be here. Glad to meet you guys. And I hope I see you guys around in the Discord, man.
100%, man. I appreciate you guys for coming on. And yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch.
We greatly appreciate the opportunity, man. We really appreciate it. So you guys
100%.
be good.
Yeah,
Thank you. Peace.
Have a good one.
Yeah, peace. Well, that was cool.
Yeah. So we are going to end it shortly, but we'll hang around for a little bit.
Hang around.
We'll hang around.
It's never just me and you anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Now we get some quality time, dad, father, son.
Hi, how's it going, champ?
Not so
Yeah,
good. Struck out.
So, but like, dude, there was this video that I saw. It was like a dad and his son having a chat, right? And his son got cut from the basketball team, and he lost the spot to Air Bud. And like, what it would be like, imagine like telling your dad, "Oh, I lost a spot to a dog." Yeah, but it's a really good dog. Like, you know what I mean? Just like shit. Oh man. But yeah, so Ionium Sky, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it just
Back to business.
Drives me crazy.
I couldn't find the nano frame. Is that in Aeonium Sky?
No. The nano frame is the frame that you have. They're sending me, and it automatically loads all your NFTs like a digital portrait. It's like a 15
IRL.
inch. Yeah, it's like a 15-inch screen that I'm gonna have, and so.
If my setup wasn't so freaking janky, I would open up this door right here that nobody can see and whip out my giant clay.
You should.
That's the only IRL piece that I have. It's gonna. All right, this is gonna be crazy. I know I've already shown it to people in a few of the videos, but this is actually a hassle. There is so much crap. Like behind me is a green screen. I have these lights in my hand that you can't even see. Hold on, hold on. Let me open up this door.
He's got an entire Hollywood set.
Dude, your room is a complete mess. It looks like crap, but it works, and you could never tell unless I said it. But oh, don't bump it. It's too pretty to look at.
Oh wow, that's huge.
Oh, it's pretty massive. Here, hold up. I'm gonna take off my screensaver for a second. You're gonna see how crazy this room setup is right now. Let's go to stop this. Put it on me.
That is huge.
Settings, virtual background, none. Yeah, you can see it's a mess, but boom. I can't see exactly, but
huge. How did you get
beautiful. It's beautiful. This came as a gift from NFT Touchable. And I'll show their website real quick. It's my absolute favorite thing in the world right now. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if they even know how much it means to me because maybe you can't tell like people being authentic or not, but like I absolutely love it. I've never been one for physical art pieces or anything like that, but I mean, it was like the first clay I've ever had, and I just absolutely love it.
Dude, that's nuts. That is huge.
Well, there we go.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's like big time.
Yeah. It's a 24 by 24 canvas.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
And
bro, can we talk about A to V for a minute?
Yeah, go for it. But I also got I
saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
I just think everything clay, I don't know. I don't care if it's NFT or what. I just want to collect it all.
Yeah. And soon it'll be like collectibles, you think. They should have like figurines, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
How sick would that be?
And then let me show the share screen. Just to show NFT Touchable one more time for the people who don't know. NFT Touchable. Come on. Come on. That's embarrassing. It should just pop right up. NFTtouchable.com. No?
.store?
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are awesome. You can just click on it, click mint yours, and these are the canvases. I think they're coming out with another style as well. But yeah, their canvases, they have a discount going on right now. And mine was the 24 by 24. So
yeah. How much was it?
It was about 100 with shipping and handling, but without it, it's around 80.
Okay.
So it just depends on where you live. I think they ship out of the UK. Don't quote me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So risk it for the biscuit right there.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, but I mean, I liked it. I like it a lot.
No, that would be worth it. That would be worth it.
Yeah.
My wife would fucking kill me though.
Yeah, I know we were talking to at one point about bridging, or just like having that conversation with somebody. If you have like a physical piece of art, it breaks that. It's like an icebreaker, like you don't have to be like, so anyways, man, I was doing NFTs, like just out of the blue in a conversin, people are just like, oh, shut up, not again, but if somebody's like, hey, what's that on your wall? Then you're like, NFTs.
Again. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, Mad Dog took a mad dive. Holy crap.
Yeah. They addressed the concerns though. And I think the main concern being people didn't like the art. So let me.
Of the cars?
Of the cars, yes. So I don't remember exactly what they said, but they're making the art like they're imaging in their trailers for their cars. So they're going to make it look better. They're going to upscale the resolution, I believe, and some other things in general. But yeah, Mad Dogs fell from roughly like 180, 200, and then they minted, and now they're 60.
And here's the thing: if you were to go on CNFT Tools or whatever, you can build a car for like
Probably like
200,
100 to
100,
yeah,
200, somewhere
like
in there.
180.
Yeah. If you were to go into the CNFT tools, there are top thousands at like 200 ADA.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Which,
got
as far as I know, they're
3.
supposed to get royalties, right? Am I correct?
I would have to look into it again. I think if you create a full car, yeah, I actually did get my Angel Baby Hit Squad.
Yeah.
That's a good segue.
Wait, can we see that?
Yes, I do want to show that. I was super hyped about it. Maybe it was just like a bad tweet, but not a whole lot of people reacted to it, and I was like, I don't care. I don't care. This didn't like blow up in Twitter world, but like it was my first ETH NFT, man. I was really excited.
Yeah, I reacted to it. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't though. Okay.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
let's see the Angel Baby Hit Squad. Let's go.
Yeah, so let's see.
As far as I know, you got a pretty good one. You know, from what I saw.
I don't even know. I just like the way that it looked, so I was like,
Yeah.
cool, you know? Like I don't plan on flipping it. I wasn't looking for a flip or nothing, so but yeah, this is my Angel Baby.
There it is.
I think he's pretty cool. He's got was this Kevlar?
Yeah.
Floating Holy Bible.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of like Elvis hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a pompadour. Yeah, it's pretty sick. I like that.
I gotta look at the eyes. What are the eyes? It looks crazy though. Let me see. What are the eyes trait? Hypnotized eyes.
Nice. So it's probably, if you zoom in, it's probably like a big spiral.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't zoom in, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is what it is. But,
Yeah, so
these are cool.
I have to. I still have to talk to him about my Angel Baby, because I think the metadata is still kind of messed up, or like it's not updating to MetaMask or whatever. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's
I
not
think
showing up in the collection.
Somebody else told. Oh, that's right. But you got the airdrops.
I did. Yeah, I got all the airdrops.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I got my
What else
wetlands.
happened? We
A to V minted.
what are these? A to
Five?
V? Like that?
It's AD and then 3.
Oh, AD3.
There
The
you go.
Devils?
Devils, yeah.
Okay.
They minted, I think, 60, and then I thought, oh, it does look pretty good, but it just proves literally the only side profile pick one. I would say maybe Havoc Worlds and Pendulum. That's it.
Yeah. These did remind me a bit of Pendulum. And I mean, like I told everybody in the video and you, I'm taking a small break from minting.
Yeah.
I need to like reset. If I could just like walk away, I would. But, I'm kind of forced to look at like every project regardless.
Yep.
Throughout the week. So like this is taking a lot of discipline out of me to like look at these projects and continue not to mint, because I may have minted this. I would have maybe also minted Cardano balls. So I'm glad that I did not do that.
And it rugged.
It rugged. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and not only was it like a regular rug, like they didn't even show the art. Like, so the stuff that people minted, it's just a big question mark. They can't even see their NFTs. It's like shittiest, dude. It is the shittiest rug that I have seen. Like, look.
They even have different shapes. I mean, why go through all the hassle if you're not going to reveal it?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess rug people do rug people stuff.
Yeah, rug's gonna rug, bro.
They had potential, dude. I mean, looking at the art now, like, let me go look at the Discord real quick.
I don't even think they have Discord anymore, dude.
Is it gone?
Probably.
Mono ball. Yeah, I guess it's gone. There's that.
That's done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that it did remind me a little bit of, and maybe I can find it on like Google or something, Cardano balls. But yeah, these dudes. So tell me that this. Hold up. Let me bring up another image as well. Google. Now this is the real search history. This is some sketchy stuff.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. What's here? K-pop. How to breed frogs.
Okay.
Okay. All right, cool.
Frogs.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Were you talking about Happy Hoppers?
Don't even worry about it. What was Ada Boys? Ada Boys. That's what I was thinking about.
Oh,
CNFT. But I wanted to show you the similarities I kind of see. So like this, right? And let me do this and then do this. Tell me that these don't look a little similar, right?
Yeah,
As far as like,
presentation, shading, the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
right, like it looks good, but it looks like they kind of followed maybe a YouTube tutorial,
Yeah.
you know. Arrow. But
How to feed
yeah,
frogs. Fuck.
yeah, don't worry about it. I guarantee you there's one person out there that knows why, and just because they're smart, but they'll never actually know, because I'm not going to say, just because I think it's funnier. But yeah, I think 3D art is something that people definitely look at and are like, yeah, like this looks way better than the 2D stuff, and I personally would agree. But it's also, I feel like, easier to rug pull with, because it does look a little bit better, and it does look like they're working hard or harder.
Wow, look at all the hard work they're doing here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're correct.
Yeah. But and it's gonna suck too, because there's gonna be a project out there that looks similar, and it's gonna not rug, and it's gonna get shit on because all these other people are comparing it. But I don't know. I just, obviously, rug pulls just leave a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
Yeah, that's true. I think, man, I don't know what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, the only things that are really doing well are, like he said, somebody said earlier, is Cornucopias, Clay, and oddly enough, Pavia. And I say oddly enough just because it's been forever since Pavia actually started to rise. Their floor price did go down to 170 at one point, I believe. And they popped right back up to about 210. I think now they're at 200. So, and I know people were talking about the Pavs as well. Or the Pavs, whatever you want to call them.
Whatever, Pavs.
Pavia. Yes. But I don't know. They have I was watching Jay Crypto, and he was talking about their speeds and stuff like that. So, 100 can only be the max, but only a few of them actually have 100 traits. So the Pav bot is for speed, and I don't think there's another one that matches this one's speed. And I do believe you'll be able to battle them, but don't quote me. I don't know. They also have a weight to them, so which is interesting, because let me look at this one. So you have, and then there's a bravery. Yeah, there's like a whole thing to this. And what Jay Crypto did when he was talking about this was he looked at like Final Fantasy elements and what bravery means for Final Fantasy, and he's trying to like predict what Pavia is going to actually be with these. And I thought that was a really unique thing to do, because there's no information, so all we can really do is speculate. And I think it's pretty cool. So I don't know what these are gonna do.
Did you see Equine? Did you see Equine?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Equine. I always do. I can't believe I just thought their floor was 300, and I just thought it would stay at 300 forever.
Yeah.
And nope. People started dumping a little bit, just a little bit. And it's really only like 3 or 4 people, it seems like,
Right.
Because I bought a few of these off the floor, and they still continue to dump. So it's not many people. Because you can look, like one scroll down, and we're back to 300.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot. Let's go check it out.
I was thinking about picking up an Equine.
This is a good one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Stop.
Oh my god. What am I connected? What am I connected to? Why is Eternal being so slow?
It's at 265. Wow.
Let me refresh this.
Wait, which one are we refreshing? Oh, the 265? Oh, that's fine. I'll get that.
No.
It's not a big deal.
I'll get it for you. Don't worry.
No, I got you.
Why is my Eternal not loading? Oh, this is so depressing.
Wait, hold on. Take a look at the raw stats. Let's not FOMO into this, okay?
Look at it. Look, it's got a 31, a 27, a 33, and a 22.
It's got a 15 on speed.
It does. It does. Look we'll add them together, and maybe
46,
my quick math is horrible.
63,
All right, plus 33
96.
plus 22. That's a good freaking horse, bro.
No, I mean,
For
I got
for 265.
I got a 153, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But hey, look.
Yeah,
all
that
right,
is a pretty good horse, dude. For 265, that is a pretty good
did my
horse.
wallet load yet? Can I? Can I just buy
It's fine.
it?
I'll get it for you. It's fine.
No.
No, I got this. I got this one. It's fine.
I'll just load my Nami since it's got to be difficult. Nami loads right up, right up.
Because
I mean-
if you look at the horse for 270, it's shit. But how rare is the skin? Because people look at the skin. See, because I'm looking at the one at 285, and that one looks.
Okay, I got enough.
Dude, that one be looking super thick. Endurance of 7. Oh my god! Just jump off a cliff, horse. You're getting turned into Taco Bell meat. Get out of here.
There we go. It has a good home now. It has a home that will at least never leave it.
Okay.
It says Voyage collab with Bajewski.
Yeah. Which that was pretty cool. Yeah, I got.
Did they already airdrop them?
Yeah. I got what is it? I got 2 Grim Roots and 1 Gray Mound.
Oh, these are kind of cheap.
And they look pretty cool.
Yeah, these look like comic book style art.
Now, and see, I don't know what they're gonna do with it, or if it's just like fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, is this a group?
I got a Grim Root. Yeah, I got a Grim Root.
I like them.
Yeah. I got Boss Cat. Kind of. I don't know. I always thought to myself like, I'm not gonna get a Boss Cat or whatever, but I ended up getting a Boss Cat. So.
What'd you pay for it?
Boss Cat, it was like $11.20. Cheap.
Okay.
Cheap.
Let me see where those are at.
And it matches my Vox Cat. They both have captain hats.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you basically bought for floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious. I want Boss Cat to do well again, just because it brought in so many people. Like, I just want to see people start to get hyped again. Like, I want to see like volume like flowing in again. Like, that was such a fun time. It only really lasted 2 months. And that was it.
Right. But it
Yeah,
seems
was a
like
fun
forever,
time.
didn't it?
It did. I was super bullish. Everything I was minting was flippable. I was making mad money. I was like, we could quit our jobs. You know, like I was
Stupid.
you know? And then March came and was like, bah. I was like, oh shit.
Back to Mickey D's, boy.
Dude, March was so rough, man. I started looking around for jobs. I like DM'd a few of my old employees. I was like, hey man, is the position still open? I'm just curious, you know. I was worried.
I actually got a mutation from this thing called the card room. Okay. And I ended up mutating one of my lucky lizards.
Card room.
So I'll share this screen. I'll share this.
King Charles? Or is this something else? Oh, mutation.
Yeah, I'll share this screen. How do I do that?
So hit share screen.
Okay, got it. Entire screen?
Up to you.
Sure. I'll share. Window?
Oh yeah, Raccoon Society. That's Timmy's project. That's what Arrow Art is saying. Yeah, it should be pretty cool.
Raccoon Society.
Yeah. Waiting for July for Voyage. And so wait, Voyage, what are they doing in July?
There you go. That's what my little lizard looks like.
Wait,
there.
That's your lizard?
Yeah, so it's got an eye right there. There's the mouth, or whatever, and you can see the arm right there. And then this little tiny like AI mutation is pretty cool. I went with a very dramatic one, and if I were to redo it, like you can see some like the little horns and stuff like that coming off there, which is pretty tight. But if I were to redo it, I would do with like a less dramatic AI interpretation. So these mutations. Sorry, this looks stupid, I guess, but
No. I'm laughing just because you were like, yeah, this is like the arm, this is that, and I'm like, yeah.
I can see it. No, but the card room. So they have these like cool, kick-ass uh, NFTs, right? And so you hand in this NFT, and basically based on what you pulled through your like AI mutation, it'll affect it dramatically or not dramatically. It just depends.
This is doing too many tabs.
Who's this? Me?
Whoever this mutation is.
Hold on.
He's got 4 tabs. I don't know if that is a recommended dose, but I don't think so.
Dude, and what is it? It's a C, but it's got low potency. So that would not change it too much, but it would have like a bunch of different things, which would be pretty dope. I mean,
they have speeds? Like, what are the superpowers? Is this all just for fun?
Yeah, just depends on how quick you get it, Utopian mods? What are utopian mods?
Utopian mods. Is that already minted? Utopian. Yeah, it looks like 300 and something. Dang it, I made it go away. Whoa. How have I not heard about this? Is there a Discord somewhere? I'm sure there is. Let me go. Utopian mods? Utopians?
Yeah, Utopians mod. Yeah.
Okay. See what they got. 2K in the Discord. It's probably first time I've seen an unbotted Discord in a long time.
Yeah. Not botted.
Dude, it's so weird now. It's like, oh, like this Discord only has 2K. Like that'll probably sell out, And then you look at like, one that has like 20K and you're just like, this is bullshit.
Mars birds. God damn it, Mars birds.
Did you buy any of those Mars birds?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got like 7 of them.
Did you mint them?
No.
Me neither. I didn't buy any either though. I was debating buying maybe like 5 or 10 at this price. What are they, like 20, 25?
Yeah.
Let's see, artwork. The art looks really cool. They kind of look gremlin-ish. What's their team? Who's on this? Penny Unwise. Is that from
It?
No, I was gonna say, is that from Frogs, like Pennywise from Frogs? But I don't think so.
No, probably not.
And no, that's not why I looked up how to breed frogs. Not that project either. Yeah, they do have some pretty dope art. What's their like shtick? Anything unique or kind of copy and paste roadmap?
So what's the next big thing for roadmaps? And I know I've asked that before, but like I'm still trying to figure out like what is somebody going to do that's going to be dramatically different than what most people are doing, right?
It's a tough one, man, because everybody has to do certain things, but how you release it really matters, I think. And like I said this before, like every project kind of needs tokens, right? If you're going to add utility. And then every project kind of needs, I don't know, some sort of metaverse integration eventually. Right. Like right now saying you're going to build a metaverse is a huge red flag, or at least like something that you're just like, all right, whatever. You just like brush it off. Nobody takes it serious.
Right.
And that's like, you shouldn't, because it's not here yet. But if you don't have those things, it's also like, well, why not? So dude, I don't know. I really don't have an answer for this. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I don't have any answers. That's why I'm not minting anything. I feel like I need some things to play out, and I need to slow myself down a little bit and just analyze what's happening and before I start making any more moves.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that's like the smartest thing to do right now. Consolidate, buy into like the projects you believe in, and then ride it until something big comes up. Havoc Worlds came out with like a Nimbus. I got airdropped a Nimbus.
The other really good thing to do, I would think, and I've been wrong so often, so definitely don't listen to me, is buy up projects that are doing poorly right now. Because it's much more likely, in my opinion, that's been wrong a lot, that you will see a return on something that's half mint price in, let's say, a month or two after they develop a mutation or something new on their roadmap or coins or whatever they want to do, than it is for you to find a brand new project that's going to mint and then double that mint. I don't think like 90% of projects minting right now are not doing well. Not a double, not a triple, not a 1.5, nothing, just bad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my train of thought. Like if somebody put a gun in my head and said, you have to buy something that will go up in the next 2 to 3 months, other than buying a blue chip like Clay or Equine, I'd have to buy something that's, I don't know, like 60% off right now and is still building.
Yeah, but those are like so hard to spot.
Yeah. I mean, I've said it before, and I don't even want to continue to suggest it because I'm not trying to pump it. But Retro Heads is, they are still building, and their floor price is garbage. They're at like 20.
Right.
So I think that it could be a play. 19 now, but they've been here for about a month and a half to 2 months. They've been at this price. So, oh, Arrow Art, you are fine, bro. Hog it away. It is yours for the taking, man.
Go ahead, dude.
You're basically in a pool and nobody else is in the pool, right? You've got it. Do your backstroke, homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I really think Retroheads could be a play. I really think Tiger Society could be a play. Bears, OG Bears. Let's just look at Tiger Society for a second. Super cheap, 15. OG Bears, I've heard from the team, and this is the same thing everybody in OG Bears server has heard. I didn't get any new information, is that their game is supposed to be released this month. And this month is about halfway through now. So, I think OG Bears could be a play as well. I personally have bought 1, maybe 2 off the floor, around 55. I'll probably buy another one since people are continuing to dump, which I understand. A lot of people are getting frustrated.
Right. Well, a lot of people need liquidity too.
It's true.
And I think people are just freaking the freak out, dude. They're just freaking out. Like they're seeing, oh, it's 38, it's 30 cents.
Yeah.
Dude, it's going to go down 10 more cents, dude.
It very well could.
It's going to hit. I already said, as soon as it hits 20, I'm throwing my 401k in it. And that's it.
I don't want it to, but at the same time, you can get more ADA when it's lower, So it's like, it's not the worst. It's
right.
Oh, Split Worlds. I mean, that's a unique situation in and of itself. I was actually thinking about Split Worlds when Showtime said a lot of projects only get 1 or 2 opportunities to really show themselves, 1 or 2 mistakes. And I think Split Worlds made 2. Their first mistake just being whatever the community had originally saw, because their floor price went from 88 mint to 40, real quick. And I don't remember exactly why that happened. I think people were just frustrated with the project, or there was some FUD with the artist, or whatever it was. But then they had that Twitter space where Rob kind of lost it a little bit on, the old news, not going to bring it up, but it really hurt the project. So we'll have to see if they can ever recover from that. Well, I'm not sure.
So Yeah, I don't know. I never saw Split Worlds, to be quite honest with you. I just didn't really
It's
get into it.
Stereo. What's up, homie? Haven't talked to you in a bit.
Yeah.
Cardano for Speed's latest development update.
Yeah, they have really nice cars on there, by the way.
Yeah, let's
I've
go
always
see.
kind of like looked at them, but it's kind of like Forza for me, where it's like I like the idea of it, but like I'm terrible at racing games. So, but yeah, the Stereo about Ada, you know, you wouldn't buy in personally because of the bear market. My thing is that I'm looking at this not as where is it now? It's more along the lines of like, where are we going to be 10 years from now in the correlation from me buying right now? And so I think that it will 100%. You are correct. It will go down. It's going to go down further. And in fact, I don't think we've seen quite the bottom of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes down, right, obviously ADA is going to be affected. And so I think, I don't know, I can't really say a prediction. Like if you're talking 18 cents, right? Like if it's at 20 cents and you're not buying, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
You know?
you're gonna really have to put in some buy orders too. Like, guys, you should really be saving up and put in some buy orders. If you have like, I don't know, and this isn't even financial advice. It's just if you are already going to buy, look at a chart and go look at the absolute low, and then put in a buy order there. Don't maybe put in all of your money there because it might not hit that exact number, but then put in a little bit, maybe 5 cents higher, and then like 3 cents higher and 4 cents higher, whatever you want to do, and just kind of like it'll automatically buy there, and you don't have to check your phone 24/7, and a lot of the times you will not catch that wick. You will not. You'll check your phone about 5 minutes after lunch. You'll see that it bottoms all the way down to 20, and then now it's sitting at 30, and you're just like, oh, come on, and it happens all the time.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, like, I you're talking to a dude who put buy orders. Like I put a significant amount of my own personal money in, like a lot. Like when people say life savings, I would say life savings plus a little bit, and I was buying at like 60 cents. I was buying at 80 cents. I was buying at $1, right? And so if you're looking at 15 to 18 cents per coin, that's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is a no-brainer.
I mean, I bought some at $2.50.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
But here's the thing: you turn it around and you buy that same amount at 18 cents. It's now evened out.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, way more than even out. Yeah.
Yeah. To where your impact is not as hard. And like I said, if I'm here in 10 years, right? I'm here in 20 years or whatever it may be. I made a deal. Like if I were to ever hit a mill, as soon as I hit a mill, I'll take 100,000 out, and just to have fun with, go out for the weekend or whatever and celebrate. But after that, it's back to business,
Oh yeah.
And so, at 15 to 18 cents, if you're not buying, take $20, take $50, and you'd be surprised at how much you can get out of it,
Yeah.
Even $20 right now is huge. Like, you're talking, at least 40, at least 60. And then, so when you're thinking about, 40 to 60 ADA, 10 years down the line, if it's at like, let's say 20, well, that little tiny $20 investment is now, up to 600, up to 700.
Yeah.
That's just in one.
People talk about it too when they put money into Sheeb. They're like, yeah, I put in like $100. I got like 10 grand. And I'm just like, what? And it's like, yeah, it's not bad. And I'm just like, what? Not bad. Like, bro, you put in $100.
Yeah.
And people were doing that back in the day too. They would put in $100 to this random one. They just found out about $100 here, $100 here. A lot of people just throw it just randomly.
Yeah.
And there was actually this YouTuber who talked about it. He's not a YouTuber. He was on a YouTube stream or something, but he was like, yeah, I created a meme coin just to see if people would buy it. And he became like a billionaire overnight, and he made like a story about it. He's like, I can't sell these for $1 billion. Nobody's going to buy them, but I am a paper billionaire, like right now, like on paper.
Right.
Like, that's ridiculous. Like, he said in total, if he tried to sell it all, it'd be like 22 grand, but he was like, I mean, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. And so I don't know. The market can only go down so much before people start.
It can go
buying.
down quite a lot, but yeah, eventually, I actually, I bought stocks for the first time, in like probably half a year, today. Actually, that's a lie. I bought some Palantir like 2 weeks ago as well, but
Okay.
A very small amount. And I bought Coinbase because I'm down 75% on Coinbase.
Yeah. I mean,
was like-
people are just moving out. You have to realize people are just moving out, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, that's going to happen. It'll pick back up because
of course.
that's like the Facebook for the people who want to get into crypto, right?
Yeah.
Coinbase.
And that's the thing too, though, like you'll look at Apple, it's been here forever. It's down 25% in that range. But you look at a brand new stock or a brand new crypto that's been out for less than a year, they're down 75 to 85%.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Why did you buy any Tesla or anything like that?
I bought Tesla about 2 to 3 years ago when it was at 420 pre-split, and like before it ever split.
Yeah.
And I'm up still. I bought only one share, and I'm up like $3,300 still.
Yeah.
That's how crazy Tesla went. Like,
Well,
it's
just
so
wait.
stupid.
Just wait, because it's like, so they're doing a triple split right
Oh
now.
yeah,
And so now, like, that's a bullish sentiment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, wait until they come out with AI. It's going to be,
I'm not worried.
it's going to be crazy. It's going to
Yeah.
be crazy. Like, they're saying it's going to be very affordable. You'll be able to put it, like, when it first comes out, it will not be. He already said that. He was like, it's not going to be affordable, but give it 2 years and you can put one in every home.
Yeah, no, me and my friend have been talking to, and we're not super crazy, right? Especially not my best friend, but we like to theorize, like, what if I sold all my stocks here and put it into Cardano at this price, right? Like, what do you think would happen? Like, we theorize stuff like that. And both of us have the same reaction, like, yeah, but I don't want to sell my Tesla. Like, that's both of our, like, where we kind of rock with it.
If it was real, if there was things that I was going to get into, like real world things, I would say, Tesla is number one. I would say the most intriguing stock to me, and then after that, just put in the S&P. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Because as far as sure bets go, right, the only thing I can assure you is that it's too big to fail, essentially.
Yeah.
It just really is. Like,
that is like the smartest, most, like guaranteed, like steady profit throughout your life.
right. Like, you had Walmart, right? You had Walmart, and you had, like the steady risers or whatever. And Microsoft is always going to
right.
give you something, and so is Google, and so is Amazon, or maybe not necessarily right now, but they're always going to net you something. They're the solid ones, and they'll get you but when I was a kid, those things were the huge gainers, right?
Yeah.
And now it's kind of put into, there's a new kid in town, essentially, even more so than Amazon. I would say that'd be Tesla.
I was actually really bullish on Neo as well.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know Neo, but Neo is a Chinese EV maker similar to Tesla, but they take a different approach to it. And the approach that they take to it, and the reason why I'm so bullish on it, is because they do replaceable batteries.
Right.
So they have like little like shacks set up throughout the world. You go, you bring in your car there. They say they can switch a battery in something like 15 seconds, or at least that's what they're trying to get to. Maybe it's like 2 minutes now or a minute now, but they say they'll eventually be able to get to like 15 or like 20 seconds to like just swap out a battery.
Okay.
But anyways, I mean, that's It is a big important part. But because China, and that's where it's a Chinese automobile industry, you know, they're very tight packed in a lot of like apartment buildings.
Right.
So there's not a whole lot of room for you to have a Tesla charger in your house, right? Like that's just not viable over there. So I really think that this holds a really good market for India, for China, and for a lot of heavily populated areas.
Well, because they can't. Like, you're seeing that with California now. And so people who have at-home chargers can't actually, they have to choose whether they want their home to have electricity or their car, right? And so if people were to massively adopt electric vehicles, our power grids, and even those in China or anything, are not set up to handle that sort of power.
Right.
And so,
I mean,
having electric vehicles is a great idea, and I like the idea of it, and I like the idea of myself having a Tesla. But the way that NIO is approaching it and having the stations located out and not just having at-home stations and other things like that, it's probably a good route to go.
yeah. I mean, think about it too. Like, what if you want to go for a road trip right now in your Tesla? Well, you're kind of limited to a few hundred miles. And then if you want to go past that, you're going to have to sleep overnight or, you know, shop at a mall for a couple hours, recharge, and then continue to go. But with this model, you know, you can sit in line for maybe 5-10 minutes, just like a pump, you know, for gas, and you keep on going, you know? And I think that's another really good benefit to NIO.
Yeah. And what's up? Let's see you, Francis.
See you later, homie.
So yeah, I'm interested to see on what happens in the next 10 years and what we do. I don't think we as a society are going to travel that much anymore.
That's interesting. We'll always still have to have cars.
Right.
And, you know, something I've been thinking about too is the electric trucks. I think that's extremely fascinating because we don't have enough people to drive these trucks. And even the people driving these trucks, which one of my really close friends drives trucks, he makes a bunch, but, you know, I don't like it for him. You know, maybe he's cool with it. He likes it, but it's not healthy. Like, I see his back problems and how much he's holding his back. Like, dude, he's driving 10 to 12 hours every single day. Minimum.
We'll have self-driving trucks.
Yeah, of course. But I think that is massive. We could just hire people to stay on one end of the truck and then on the other end of the truck to unload, and you just send them back and forth, you know? I think that just seems like a great solution. I mean, obviously, you want somebody driving the truck. I get it. But eventually we're not going to need that, all right? Well, I know it's far out there, but once we have it, nobody's going to be looking at it like, oh my God, like that, it's going to kill me. Like it's going to be years in the future. You're going to be desensitized. These things will have been working flawlessly for years at some point, and people are just going to be used to it. It'll become a normal thing.
Right. And I think with that, it just improving travel time. These things don't necessarily need rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a system, its entire life. Like, our lives are spent doing jobs, talking on podcasts, doing other things like this. This thing's only purpose for living is to read the road and make judgment calls. And before, it was like, well, because we didn't have the technology, it would just take mapping, and it would say, okay, it notices this thing combining with this thing, what's the color of this thing, and it would sometimes get confused. And so I think that moving forward, the AI is going to be dramatically different, and you're going to be really surprised at how
I appreciate you for stopping by, Arrow. I love you, man.
Arrow. Yeah.
Have a good night, homie.
I think you'd be really surprised at at how quickly the AI is gonna improve over the next couple years.
Yeah, Arrow before he leaves, I mean, maybe he already did, but Starlink will make that possible, and that's really interesting too. Putting internet literally everywhere is going to be a pretty big game changer. And I think, and don't quote me, Biden said something about making internet in the United States free for everybody, or accessible to everybody. Not free, but accessible to everybody, because he believes internet is one of those things now that you need to get a job, that you need to communicate for a job, to keep a job.
Which I can agree with that. I think people that don't want the internet don't have the internet.
Yeah.
If that makes any
What is
sense.
that? Just the Amish?
Yeah, it's very hard. Just because with smartphones, right? Even with smartphones, you have automatic internet right there.
Yeah.
You might not have Wi-Fi, but you certainly have like a signal. It's very hard for me right now, not to have 5G on my phone.
Yeah.
I have it. I can get on the internet anytime I want. People have access to internet. A lot of people do. Like the at-home internet, plug into PC and Wi-Fi. Maybe not everybody has that, but most
Yeah.
people nowadays have cell phones and smartphones.
I mean, if you don't have an Ethernet port, just like, what do you do?
What are you doing, bro? How do you game?
You don't even get a terabit.
But yeah, I think technology is going to it's going to move at such a rapid pace very soon
Oh yeah.
that I don't think we're going to quite fully understand it, as it's happening. And
Yeah.
so you have to keep your head on a swivel, and you got to keep your eyes wide open, because it's like things are going to become normal, but without you even knowing it, and it's not a scary thing, but it's a scary thing if like you don't take time to notice these things, and then all of a sudden the world's just changing around you and you're just reacting to it, and then it's like, well, shit.
Yeah, you don't want to be your grandpa that's like, how do I use this thing?
Yeah.
And it's just like, grandpa,
Yeah,
all you do is hit the green button, man. And you're just like, that looks red to me. It's like, ah, damn it.
Don't eat my pants. So it's like, yeah, you don't want to be there. And so I really am interested to see on what Tesla does. I think out of all the things, more than Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk and Tesla in general, not necessarily Elon Musk, but Tesla and the engineers there, I think are going to do some pretty crazy things, even with Neuralink, right?
Oh, yeah. Neuralink is a whole nother thing, which is honestly the one thing that I think Elon may not deliver on. I could see that being Neuralink. I could
Right.
see that being the one thing where he's like, I tried, there's some complications, like I'll hand it off to another person, and
Right.
I could see that he's made some pretty cool strides. But it's really far-fetched for me to think about, and I like to think I'm pretty open-minded with stuff like that, but I could definitely see like that's one where I'm not willing to invest quite yet.
Yeah, and I think the only way you can look at it is that I think the AI will come first, right? And then that will cause the Neuralink to improve, because it'll know, okay, this is the specific part of the brain that is not functioning in the correct not functioning in the correct manner, right? And so this is how we manage it, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's just going to take time. It's just really gonna. But I think, again, like I said, once artificial intelligence gets worked out, I think that things are going to get kind of weird and crazy.
Yeah.
Exciting too, but
yeah, I really just cannot wait for another bull run. I can't lie. Like, I know it's not anytime soon, but I know when it comes, it's just gonna feel so
do you think it's going
rewarding.
to be years? Do you think it's going to be years?
I'm
right?
not sure. I'm really not sure. It wouldn't shock me if it was another year. I think that's extremely possible, and that's what I'm hoping for. But if it is as bad as like some of the stuff that we saw in, I want to say like the 50s to 70s, like in that time period, there were like years of bad market. And I really don't want to wait 3 years, you know, to see my investments go up again. Like, I'm not going to sell, but I'm going to be kicking myself a little bit for buying as much as I did, you know, this year and even last year. You know, it's going to be, it's frustrating. I'm going to have to eat that top bite, you know, like
Right.
I bit off the top a little bit and watched it fall, and it's just going to sting a little bit.
Yeah. You know, as long as it recovers, I think that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I think.
As long as we don't have like a Venezuela type situation.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Like, that would be, I don't even know what I would do. Like, I don't have a backup plan for Venezuela type shit, you know, like
I don't think
anybody, right?
No, nobody really does, you know.
No, it's just like, okay, the whole civilization is fucked. What do we do?
Well, we're in a weird spot right now anyway, you know.
They said eggs are going to go to $12 a dozen or something like that.
It's possible, but I have chickens, so I'm not really worried.
You got real chickens?
Yeah.
That's what's up. You got like your own farm and stuff?
So there's like 4, and then my brother, which I really rely on, has like 20 or 30 chickens. He has cows. Okay. He has a farm, and so yeah, especially like around here in God's country, you know, bread basket of America, everybody tends to own chickens.
Yeah.
You know? And so, or you know somebody who knows somebody who owns chickens. I actually had duck eggs for the first time. That shit is.
Are they bigger?
Different, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And the yolk is like huge and super, super orange.
Does it taste different?
Oh, it's just good. Just good.
Tastes like a regular egg?
Yeah. Tastes like an egg.
Nice.
But yeah, like, so I'm not worried about that. Like, eggs are eggs are eggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's just, it stood out to me because I've recently gotten an egg kick. I've been making egg sandwiches left and right, like just like every night, you know, like a bunch of eggs. They're good.
They're good. Yeah.
You throw on what I call cancer cheese, which is Kraft Singles.
Yeah.
I throw that on there, and then I throw like a piece of ham. I actually threw on some bologna the other day. It was the only meat we had. It tastes pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was fire.
Have you ever tried Spam?
I don't think so.
It's like the official meat of Hawaii.
Okay.
They like fry up Spam. I guess it's really good. I've never had it because it's like something about it. It doesn't intrigue me enough. I think.
Yeah, I feel you. It doesn't look appealing. I'll tell you that.
No. But yeah, man. All right, yeah. I got to get out of here because I got to wake up super early tomorrow.
Well, all right, homies. I appreciate everybody for watching. I'm pretty sure everybody's gone, but to the viewers watching tomorrow or the day after, I appreciate you all for watching. If you want to check out Ape Nation, their description, their socials are in the description below. And remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so we can spend more time with them. Till next time, guys. Peace.